Alright, let's get to it. We've got a lot to talk about today.
We have a lot to talk about today. This one's gonna go places, friends.
Would we like to start with introductions, the thing that we always forget to do?
Oh, what? Do that before?
Don't you always do the welcome to...
Welcome to
Hi
Night Vale.
everyone, I'm gonna improv this. Welcome to Turnabout Breakdown. It's a show about gay lawyers, and there's 4 of us. 2 of us have not played this game, and 2 of us have. It's a fun dynamic. Introduce yourself, Jaymcastello.
Hi, I'm jaymcastello. Hera just said my full name. What else am I supposed to
Are we doing
say
that now?
about it?
Are we doing that
I mean,
now?
I
Is that
always
the
have,
thing?
because my handle is jaymcastello, which is my full name. So you can look me up and be normal about it.
Do you have any recent work you'd like to plug?
I mean, at the time this comes out, no, because I don't know what the hell I will have been doing in the last 6 months.
Do you have any work from like 6 months ago you might want to plug?
I mean, this will come out in March, which means that my first piece of short fiction will have been published, which is quite exciting.
Ooh.
That's super exciting.
What else might have come out by then? Nothing. I'm not ever working on anything 6 months in advance. I'm working on stuff on very short deadlines, and I never know what it is until it happens. So let's all find out together.
Hey, I have a thing we can mention in tandem, if that's okay.
True. Devin and I are working on something very exciting.
It's super fun and cool, and I have spent the last 4 days thinking about a big rock. There's so many other things that are important, and I have fixated on the rock because that is a normal thing to do. Anyway, I will explain what the thing is, if that's okay with you, Jay.
Please.
Jay has put together an amazing video, kind of commentary on The Boy and the Heron by Studio Ghibli, and has asked me to do a speed paint video for it. So there's something to watch while the talking is happening, and my cat is on the desk, so let's see what happens. Anyway, that will definitely be done by March, and if it's not, dear God, please fire me into space, because
If it's not, it's my
okay.
fault, because I have other stuff that I have to do before that exists in the world. But Devin sent me a sketch yesterday, and it's so fucking good.
Hey. Oh, shucks. I'm buzzing. I'm having a good time.
And where can we find you, Devin?
You can find me at algae_dust on Instagram, mostly these days. I'm doing hopefully we'll have done other things by 6 months' time, but I've done a couple of magazine covers this month, which has been kind of fun. So those should be on Instagram soon. Yeah, things are happening. It's all great and groovy. Who wants to introduce themselves next?
Ro, I'm pointing at you.
I'm being pointed at. Hi, I'm Ro. I'm not going to say my full name, I don't think.
I wouldn't recommend it.
I could. I don't think anyone could track me down using it. It's a very unconventional...
Don't say that.
Yeah, please don't.
I was going to say Ro Pastrami, but okay. Ignore that. I'm Ro. Right now, you couldn't find me if you tried, and that's because I'm living the life cycle of a cicada where I've buried myself underground for 14 years. I'm currently undergoing somewhat of a metamorphosis that is going to be a very, very slow and gradual process. And no, I am not talking about the estrogen. Even by the time this podcast episode comes out, I don't think there will be anything to find about me because I am constantly very, very busy. But, things are happening. Things are moving. So for now, it's me. Hi.
And like a cicada, you're here to scream today. And
Yeah!
die immediately afterwards.
I'm here to do 3 things. Scream, fucking die!
I'm Hera. You can find me wherever at HeraChimera. Am I posting anything now? Find out.
Find out in the future.
Who could say? I'm doing my best, as we all are.
Living in, the podcast version of the hyperbolic time chamber is a fascinating experience. We don't know what's going on out there right now. I hope the world is okay 6 months from now.
Oh, God. Please be careful with your words. Jesus.
Dear God,
If
I
you
hope
are
this
listening
makes
to
it
this
to air.
on release, do not come out from under your mattress. It is still not safe. Do we leave any of this in?
No,
All of it.
no, we
Every
can't.
word.
Probably a good 70%.
Alright, let's talk about the case.
Let's talk about gay lawyers. I honestly thought when you said gay lawyers earlier, Hera, you were going to say gay lords. And I was like,
Same
yeah,
thing.
that's the one.
There's probably going to be one that's a lord somewhere down the line.
Would you like me to read a summary that I wrote at the library after forgetting that I had to do a summary?
Please.
Sorry, I should clarify. When I say at the library, I mean at the library where I work, not just at the library chilling.
Yeah.
It was just a quiet day that day.
I mean, it is always a quiet day. No, this was the day where the police got called.
Don't worry about that now.
Don't worry about that. Okay, Reunion and Turnabout, a case that is named not following the
Terribly.
rules of the naming, and I don't like it. Phoenix recalls how he met back up with Maya in order to help her with her first channeling job. First, he met Turner Gray, a doctor embroiled in a malpractice scandal. He blames it on a nurse who died in a car accident and wants to channel her so that she can write a confession. Phoenix and Dr. Gray travel to Kirain Village, a place dedicated to the Fae's channeling technique. We meet Morgan and Pearl Fae, Maya's aunt and cousin, and learn about succession politics. Also here are Eenie Meenie, an occult studies student who introduced Dr. Gray to channeling, and Lotta Hart, paranormal photographer extraordinaire. Maya and Dr. Gray go into a locked room to begin the challenging. Nope.
I mean, kinda.
A challenge does take place.
Maya.
I believe in you.
You're doing great.
Maya and Dr. Gray go into a locked room to begin the channeling, but the people outside hear gunshots and break in. We see what is apparently Maya channeling someone who says she was getting her revenge on the dead Dr. Gray. Morgan tells Phoenix and Lotta to call the police, and Gumshoe arrives to arrest Maya. Maya believes she killed Dr. Gray while channeling the spirit, but Phoenix disagrees. Maya says she had a dream while channeling, and Mia later says that's impossible, boosting Phoenix's belief. After investigating, Phoenix goes to court to face Francisco von Karma, the prodigy's successor to Manfred, who has come to the US vowing revenge. After a bunch of arguing about exactly how the fight in the channeling room happened, Francisco is forced to present a photograph showing that it wasn't Maya they found covered in blood immediately after the murder. Notably, this isn't because she looks different, since that's how channeling works, but because the real Maya had a bullet hole in her sleeve. The judge gives us some more time to investigate, and Phoenix dives more into the suspicious motives of both Morgan and Eenie. Morgan is obsessed with being shunned as the Master of Kirain due to her low spiritual power, and wants Maya, the de facto new master, out of the way. Eenie is the sister, quote-unquote, of the nurse who was killed in the car accident and says that Dr. Gray smeared her name and overworked her to death. Mia and Phoenix conclude that Eenie must have been the killer, with Morgan helping. At trial, Morgan and Eenie collaborate to cover up inconsistencies that we found in the previous day. We're able to break through them and prove that Eenie posed as Maya after drugging her until Eenie starts asking for evidence. We then have to unravel the fact that she's actually Mimi Meenie, the nurse who started living as her sister after facial reconstruction surgery following the accident. When Dr. Gray wanted to call her spirit, she was forced to kill him to stop him finding out she was actually alive. After the trial, Maya gets to reunite with Mia, who's being channeled by Pearl. Morgan, from prison, vows not to stop trying to get Pearl into position as the next master. Also, throughout this whole case, Phoenix keeps cryptically referring to Edgeworth being gone and maybe the only prosecutor with a heart in his chest, and eventually reveals that he has died. And that's why we're talking about Gaylords today.
Hi, wait, sorry, he's dead?
Yeah,
They
did
did
you not
say
hear
that.
that? Yeah, he said that
I
when he
missed
talks to
that.
Pearl. when he's talking to Pearl in between the second and the third trial, I think.
He says he's gone.
No, he
clung
says
too
he's
fiercely
dead.
to his foolish pride and he died for it, is the exact line that I just pulled from my brain, which is slightly worrying.
That is a little concerning, yeah. But that is the line.
He died?
He died, yeah. Edgeworth fucking died. Off screen as well, so you know he's definitely never coming back.
I don't...
Real, in media res, revelation of Edgeworth's passing from this mortal coil.
I made a note about that exact scene and I just completely missed that he said he died.
He's gone.
Alright, well,
Why
this
do you
is
think
a good
he's
moment to pull out the
mourning?
actual transcript for this case because there's clearly a lot of stuff that I missed.
This is why Phoenix has been, like, mourning his dead boyfriend this entire case.
I mean, he's,
Dead.
Oh my god!
What do I know?
he's always thinking about him regardless, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
true.
god!
I mean, they're right. It's
That's the
like,
most fucked up thing
come
I ever
on.
heard.
He's not dead! I'm not playing by this game's rules.
what, you don't think that Phoenix just mentioning that Edgeworth died off screen in something that we didn't hear about means he's still alive? Are you crazy?
If that's true, where is he?
Yeah.
He's not here.
Where is he?
Maybe he just said that he died. He just faked his death and he's gone to
Phoenix.
I don't know,
Phoenix, it's me.
Florida or something.
I'm dead. Maybe Phoenix meant died in a metaphorical sense. Like, maybe his passion for being a prosecutor died.
Right, yeah.
But I don't know, he was talking to a 6-year-old when he said that. I don't think the 6-year-old would understand the subtleties of that kind of spin on the narrative. I think Phoenix just meant, nah, he's gone, he's dead, he's done.
Am I looking at the right case? I'm not.
It's,
Oh my
it's
God.
called Reunion
Don't
and
be-
Turnabout. Don't be spoiling yourself for the
Don't be
next
spoiling
case.
yourself.
Turnabout, and there are clowns in it, or whatever. Big Top Turnabout.
I know
is what
the
next one's
first
called.
name of a character in the next case, so watch out. I know too much.
Which character?
Acro?
You're spoiling
Well-
me now.
Is it spoilers to know the name of a character?
Is it first name Acro,
Unless
surname
Sarah was like
Becky?
Ace Attorney,
Miles. That would have been a
probably.
spoiler.
Yeah.
That would have been really funny.
God.
I mean, you've seen the image for the next case, right, Rowan?
Yeah, but it's mostly just a
You
big
might know
picture
the
of
name of it.
Francisca. Yeah, I know it's called Big Top Breakdown.
Well, there you go. I think you can probably put two and two together.
Lawyers and clowns.
Okay. This is incredible. This is such a powerful summary.
We've skipped straight to the end. I love
Yeah.
how I've derailed this by adding that part to the end of my summary.
I think Kara's the one that's derailed this by not paying attention when playing the video game Ace Attorney.
Look, I
It's a long case.
had a
It was
tight
very
turnaround
long.
on this one. I got very stuck on day 2.
Really? Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Because I felt like I was screaming through this one. I mean,
I
everything
have
takes
a
me
lot
long
of
time.
thoughts about the new mechanic that they introduce in this case.
Ah, okay. Right. I can see why that might have caused some trouble, but I think I managed to avoid it for the most part.
And like, truly, I like this mechanic. However, I think it's implemented in a very mean way. We'll get to it.
I thought it was until I solved my first one and then was rewarded for it. But yeah, we'll get to it.
Let's instead take a hard left turn and talk about the
very
extremely normal
beginning.
opening to this case.
I love this opening because it's immediately like the darkest thing we've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's really good. Like, I think before this case, the darkest thing we've seen so far is the opening to Edgeworth's trial in Game 1, Episode 4, where he shoots a guy on a boat. But this is so much more intense than that, I think.
I mean, the first game does open with a woman's, like, blood spilling onto the floor.
Yeah.
But then the first thing you see is the goofy guy that killed her. And it's like, okay, fucking
That's
whatever. This opens with, like, 14 patients dead by medical malpractice, followed by 2 women immediately getting in a car crash and one of them dying. Cut to Maya sobbing inconsolably inside the detention center, saying, oh god, I killed him. It was me. I did it."
I do really like the framing of this case because, like, we talked a lot in the last game about
We
how
do
it
tend to
starts
talk a
with
lot.
those 2 cases where you see the murderer and you know who it is, and then it kind of starts subverting that. This case, like, not only does it start with this 2, like, incidents that seem completely unrelated, but also then you meet the guy who's going to become the victim of this case, and you just hang out with him for, like, 35 minutes?
Not a nice guy, if I'm being honest.
Guy who sucks.
Yeah, not the coolest guy.
But that in itself is
A
interesting,
lot of guys
right?
who suck
Because,
in this
like,
case.
A lot of guys who suck in
Yeah,
this case.
yeah, some of probably the suckiest guys I've ever seen in this case in particular.
Some are saying this. Yeah, but I think that's interesting in itself as well, right? Because you are given this opportunity to meet the victim, get to viscerally dislike him, and then see him get murdered, and, like, not know what happened. Think maybe there's a chance that it could have been Maya, but, like, in a very, like, weird roundabout way. I don't know. I really like how they're playing with it in this one.
Yeah, I really like that this case sets up from the beginning. Because, like, in every other case up until this point, it's pretty clear-cut that the person that you are defending in court is definitely not the person who did the murder. But in this one, because you don't fully know what's going on from the get-go, even when the murder takes place, and you're, like, present for it, it's like, oh, shit, like, maybe I'm just gonna try and get her acquitted, but I don't know if I can prove that she's innocent. Because from my perspective as playing the game, it looks like she did it.
I thought we were gonna go, like, really hard on the concept of ghost law,
Yeah.
which I don't think we were qualified for. I think this is like a Supreme Court case, like 100%.
I mean, this is something I was thinking about constantly during this case, is like the way that the general populace perceives channeling as a thing that can happen. because it's real. It's like a legit thing that there is an other world that ghosts live in, and spirit mediums can channel them to bring that spirit back into the real world by inhabiting the body of a spirit medium. And every time you tell someone about this, they're like, ghosts? What are you, stupid? You can't use that in a court of law, idiot. And then you go to
Including
trial.
Phoenix often, which is really funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny. And then you go to trial, and then your prosecutor, who presents herself as like this perfect, flawless hard ass who never does anything wrong, is like, oh yeah, she was possessed by a ghost.
And she's right.
It's so... It's really funny that it's just like, everyone accepts it when it's convenient, but every other time they're just like, this is complete bullshit. It's really funny. But it's real! It's like literally a provable thing that you can do. You're sitting in this courtroom talking to me, and next to me a 6-year-old has metamorphosized into a 35-year-old woman.
Oh god.
Yeah, and we're gonna be talking about that. We're gonna be talking about that a lot too. This is a meaty one. Who we? Anyway.
Another thing that sorry, we haven't finished with the opening yet.
No, I
Another
was
thing
gonna
that
go
I
back
want to talk about is that another thing that happens in the opening is like this disembodied voice who we don't know who it is at all says, "I was murdered, so I took my revenge," which I think is a really interesting opening to a case in what is basically the first case in a game called Justice for All, which is clearly like playing with the concept of what justice is. And
Jay, do we know what the like subtitle for this game was in the original release in Japan?
I'm assuming it's a pretty faithful translation, but I will look that up right now.
Because I do wonder, because I don't feel like that little tagline has much bearing on the actual developments that happen within the game.
It is also called Justice for All in Japan. I think that it does. Tell me why you don't think it has much bearing on it.
Well, like, it does seem like that there are certain circumstances where within the trials that we perform, there are things that are only, like, hard and fast rules for certain people under certain circumstances, but not just the rule for everyone who participates within the court system.
Like what? In this game?
In this game so far, for instance, there's a really specific bit that comes to mind, but there's a bit where you need to call out Von Karma for, like, bringing in evidence that she was, like, technically hiding before. And Phoenix is just like, she's being mean, she's not playing by the rules. And the judge is just like, I don't care. She can do what she wants, I guess. She's got a whip. Also, she's got a whip!
Also, she's got a whip. But I think that's why it's interesting to look at, right? Because a lot of the last game, and we talked about this a lot at the time, but also Hera and I have since talked about it in a different conversation. A lot of the last game was about people in power being like, well, I think I can get away with this on account of being in power, and basically being right, except for the fact that Phoenix Wright exists. And I do think there is some subversion of that going on in this case. I think that there is also, like, I agree with you that, like, a lot of the narrative hinges on, like, the court still being really fucked. In a way that is just, like, very straightforwardly played from the last game. But I do think this game is doing something interesting with being like, okay, last game we created a justice system that's completely fucked. What are we doing with the concept of justice in this game? For example, is it justice to kill a guy who drugged you and made you crash your car?
I do want to point out, we solved like 16 deaths in this case.
Yeah, we're on a roll here.
That's a lot of justice.
So what is this?
We're doling out a lot of justice. Do they ever actually definitively
we're not
prove...
quite at all yet.
They don't ever
She
actually
admits
definitively prove that she got drugged when she drove her car, do they?
She does that is not proved.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's proved in that we find out that she's still alive, and she's like, I was drugged. Like, she knows what happened to her.
I don't remember her saying that after her identity was revealed. I thought she was just saying that before her identity was revealed to put more of the blame towards Dr. Gray.
I don't remember exactly. I am minded to believe it because I hate Dr. Gray.
He's not a great guy, but he is also, like, the thing about him drugging her just doesn't make any sense to me. Because, like, he wanted to commune with her in the first place.
Yeah, he wanted to blame it on her.
My read on this was that at the end of this case, it's revealed that she took on this false identity to get away from the rumors that she caused the deaths of 14 people, which it's somewhat still shrouded in mystery, even though she says, Like, was she at fault or was she being worked too hard? That's up in the air.
Pretty sure it's the latter.
But she didn't kill the doctor as any form of revenge. She killed the doctor because she was going to get caught out.
Yeah, that's true.
Which, for maybe the 4th or 5th time in a row, I have completely, like, falsely predicted the motive of the case because it is so much more petty than I can imagine.
Yeah. I think me and Hera both managed to figure out where this case was going super early on, and I was so proud of myself for being, like, so fucking on the money with how the murder played out days before it happened, because usually I'm, like, half close and then the other half completely wrong, but for this time I was so right about everything, and that was very validating. Anyway, that's the intro. We've talked about the end of the case a lot, I think.
Well, we're doing high-level stuff. It's fine.
Yeah, we're talking about Grey.
I do think I want to go back a little. Like, I do think I want to continue that conversation a little bit because, again, like, Hera and I were kind of talking about this the other day. Because Hera and I were talking after she had started the game and guessed pretty accurately what Morgan was up to before Dr. Grey had even died, which I thought was the funniest part of the situation.
I got inside the channeling room and I was like, stop the clock.
It's really easy
We're done
as soon
here.
as you mention her talk about her family and her being part of a branch family. And it's like, immediately, got it.
Yeah, and I agree. And so what Hera was saying to me was like, I have pretty often guessed what's going to happen in this case with like a reasonable degree of accuracy. And I was like, I agree. But what I couldn't say at the time, because she hadn't finished the case, was like, you usually guess 50% of it and that is correct. And then you miss that, like, at the end there's always like an extra thing that happens, which usually is to do with the motive and usually is like, I mean, in this case it's really set up from the beginning because we start with this medical malpractice and this car crash, but like it then comes in very late as like the last thing that you have to figure out.
Yeah.
And there is always that added complication, which I'm not saying like, oh, it's funny that you didn't guess this because that is the way that the case is set up, but like, I do think that is a structure of Ace Attorney, which is worth bearing in mind when we're talking about like how easy or difficult it is to guess what's going on or like to figure out what's going on.
I think what caught me so off guard is exactly how case 1-5 plays out at
Which
the
is
end.
also
It's
very
just,
similar
I had
to
to
case
do it
1-4.
because I was going to get caught. Yeah.
Anyway, these are things which we will continue to talk about through this whole game, I bet, so.
Okay, let's properly talk about how things kick off when we get to start taking the reins. So we meet with Dr. Grey in our office, who is talking about how he knows us through Maya because he is planning on channeling the spirit of the nurse that allegedly killed 14 patients. And through a series of events, we end up following him to the village. But Dr. Grey, as like a character, is so... Jay, you clearly have a lot of resentment for this man. And it is a very founded resentment, but when I first met him, I was just like, oh, he's just like a bummer. Just like a dude that sees the worst in everything.
There are people in this world who don't know that I have a vendetta against every fictional and most real doctors in the world.
There are a lot of bad doctors out there.
Part of it. Now, this guy, I'm very justified in it.
Yeah, that is true.
I think the thing about him that got me this time, like, obviously going into this, like, one, already knowing that he sucks, and two, already having this bias, but it's the fact that, like, the first thing he starts talking about is, like, it's similar to what you were saying, right? Like, he is a giant bummer. The thing that he's complaining about is, like, oh, the weather forecast was wrong today. But he, like, goes off about how the weather girl, like, sucks, and it's like,
There's like, a misogyny brewing just under the surface of this
there's
man.
a misogyny
and it is not
brewing,
very
and
subtle.
there's just a, like, you know he yells at service workers, you know?
Oh, he is 100%
You know he yells
the
at
type of
his
person.
nurses, you know?
Yeah.
Fuck this guy.
Yeah, he fucking sucks.
So he talks about, like, the incident with the 14 patients who died after the nurse issued the wrong medicine, which is, honestly, like, knowing what little I do know about medical malpractice, thankfully, it does seem like, unless all of these 14 patients were supposed to be issued the exact same medicine at the exact same time, that is a pretty impressive oversight. I don't know how you manage that, but then he immediately, like, starts debasing her and saying mean things about her. And then, like, also makes fun about the fact that she was in a car crash, saying that her car was instantly transformed into the accordion model. And I was like, geez, dude.
Ah, Jesus.
Wowee. And this was before I realized that the car crash was something that happened a year ago. And I thought he was talking about an event that happened, like, I don't know, last week.
He gets so
Yeah.
mad that people don't want to come to his clinic anymore, and it's like, you killed 14 people.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Like, yeah, at the end of the day, it still happened under your supervision.
yeah,
Mhm.
that is the thing.
He talks for ages about like the confession he's gonna get as well. Like that's gonna solve the fucking problem, and also like that's a normal thing to want.
It's so
What the
funny.
fuck
His
is this
plan,
guy?
his master plan. Honestly, it's kind of great how innocent his master plan is. It's just to get Maya to channel the spirit of the nurse and then have her write a confession that says, I did it. I killed those 14 people. You had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry.
In this world where most people don't believe in spirit channeling, so I don't know what
But
the
a
fuck he is
doctor,
talking
a
about.
medical professional is like, yes, ghosts.
And
Th-
not
this
only
will-
do
this will
ghosts
help me.
exist. Yeah. I'm gonna drag them kicking and screaming back from the afterlife so they can sign my piece of paper saying they're an ass. Like, what the fuck? You've just found out that people have an afterlife and you're like, great.
Here's something that I query all the
Fantastic.
time, Devon, is if ghosts are real in the Phoenix Wright universe, which we have established that they are the ghosts that spirit channelers can channel just people who aren't in the, like, actual afterlife right now? Or are they, like, people in purgatory or something? Or is, like, every time that Mia's spirit comes through one of the other phase, is she, like, being pulled out of heaven?
Or is it the other one?
Or is it the other one, the hot one, the one that we don't talk about?
Great question.
But anyway, I think it's very funny that he's a doctor and believes in psychics and ghosts.
Well, he's right.
Yeah, I mean, he is
Yeah,
right,
he's
but
right.
everyone else in the world is gonna call him a quack because he thinks that ghosts are real, even though they literally are real in this world.
And it's extra funny
So
because he's a
funny.
quack for other reasons.
But like, to be honest, if you saw like a video of a spirit medium channeling a spirit, and it's like an Animorph style transformation of someone morphing into someone else, I would still look at that and be like, nah, that's bullshit.
They can do anything with Photoshop these days.
Exactly.
Alright, is it time to go to Korean Village?
There was one thing I wanted to mention before we do, if that's okay.
Please.
It's just, so, yeah, we get invited to Korean Village because Maya's still there doing her training, and Phoenix says, I guess she's ready to accept her responsibilities and become
Ugh.
an adult, about the fact that she's, like, gone to do her training and is taking it seriously. And it's like, you're the one who made her feel like she wasn't enough, to the point where she had to literally go back to do her training, my dude, and she is a child. Please stop this.
16 years
And it
old,
made
by
me
the
really
way.
mad. 16 years old, and
Well,
I'm
she's-
furious.
So she's been training for 2 years.
No, this is just like a few months later.
It says in her character profile that she's 18.
It
Does
does.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, she's the same age as
Because
Francesca.
she is the same age as the prosecutor.
That's
Yeah.
true. She was 17 in the last game, so I guess she's had a birthday since
Oh,
then.
yeah.
Happy birthday.
So
Happy
yeah,
birthday,
I guess she
Maya
does
Faye.
have to be an adult. Sorry, she's 18. Fuck you.
So sorry,
Yeah.
Devin. Nice try.
Phoenix was right. Phoenix was so right. She needs to grow up. Get a grip, Maya.
Phoenix, right. So we take a 2-hour train ride to go to her village to see her. And it's really funny that Phoenix had no idea where this village was and assumed it was really far away, which is why he never went to visit. which is very, very funny to me. Because he says if he knew, he would have visited a lot more often. So it's a shame that he didn't. Anyway, we got off the train and we entered this really cute little village. I really like Korean Village as a setting. It's nice.
Yeah, and I want to say as well, this backdrop is familiar to us because it's the end of the last game.
Yeah. You get to see a shot of it in the credits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when they're interviewing people about where Phoenix is gone, Maya's backdrop is this one.
Nice. We love a continuity. Anyway, we get off the bus and enter the village, and the first thing we see is this weird fucking alien.
Don't be mean.
She looks so strange when she's just staring at you.
Oh, I love her so much.
She looks so weird until she starts actually talking to you. And the fact that every time you interact with her, she just fades away like a ghost.
Yeah.
They were definitely leaning into that.
It's so weird. Her forehead is so big.
There is something very ominous about her, and like she's gonna like give some kind of like dire omen.
She's gonna tell you the exact time and date of your death.
Mhm.
And then we get to see Maya again.
Yay!
Yeah.
To see Maya again.
It's always good to see Maya again.
And we get some new music here.
It's great.
Dude.
I love that before you meet Maya, the backdrop audio for this scene is the shitty compressed bird song.
My favorite village.
I think that you first hear in like episode 2 of the first game.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as Maya shows up, you get this like lovely, jaunty, upbeat track that is just like so nice. There's a lot of new music in this episode, and a lot of it is really, really nice.
And we get to explore the village. Although
Sure
we
do.
basically just get to explore one house.
Yeah. You're not allowed in any
The
of the
village
other
is called
houses.
Medium Valley, by the way.
Mid Valley.
Mid Valley.
It's fine.
You get inside the house, you get given a partial map of the premises, which
Which
I'm
is really
extremely
funny.
suspicious.
Yeah, like as soon as you get that, you know, okay, we're gonna need to figure out exactly where people were when a murder happens here. Because, like, this is 3 rooms, homie. I don't think I'm gonna need a map to get around.
Well, actually, what I was suspicious of was something that didn't happen, which was like I thought there was going to be like another half of this map that like gets layered on top eventually.
It's a Metroidvania.
Yeah.
We got the meditation room, which is just like the general hall where you just talk to people. That's where we're waiting during the channeling and stuff. And there's the channeling room, which was locked from the inside during the killing, which is fun because very classic murder mystery setup. And then a little hallway, which is like a garden called the Winding Way. It's got a very conspicuous incinerator, which is very funny.
It's so funny that, like, the game really draws attention to the incinerator, as if my immediate thought isn't gonna be, there's been one of these in, like, 2 other cases in this series, and they've both been either used to burn evidence or burn bodies. And it turns out this one's been used to burn both,
That's...
assuming that's where the ashes came from. It would be really funny if that was the case.
Yeah, and then beyond the Winding Way is just the side room, which is like a sleeping place, I guess.
It's like a guest bedroom, pretty much.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a guest bedroom, except that we find out that, like, Mia used to live there, so...
Yeah.
I guess, you know, there can be a guest bedroom now.
I gotta say, I know that in a lot of previous cases, it was a pain in the ass, like, getting around the map for everything, but I kind of like how this whole one was laid out. It just made, like, getting... And I also like the way they sort of structure the story that, like, naturally leads you to going from place to place in order to follow the sequence of events.
There's multiple really funny moments where you have to, like, move, you know, from the entrance through the meditation room to the Winding Way to the side room, and you're like following a character as you do that. Like later on you're chasing Lotta around and it's very funny. At the beginning here it's like you just keep running into Pearl and she just keeps disappearing. It's clever use of like, oh, you're moving and like we're just adding something a little bit interesting happening.
Yeah, it makes it feel more like stuff is happening in real time, which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just sort of makes the progress of everything happening feel a lot more fully formed and well realized, as opposed to just sort of like clicking around on a map until the specific key event needs to happen to progress things, which still can happen in this case, but it's way less obvious when it does. But yeah, we're wandering around the place because Maya has to get ready for the channeling of the spirit with Dr. Gray. And there's a line she says at some point where she says, "After I'm done, we can grill up some juicy burgers." And I was just really drawn to that line because I was like, that is 100% something that was only written by a localization team. They're putting in work. What they're not putting in work on is the fact that this entire place is like scrawled head to toe in kanji, which Phoenix has to say he can't read any of because otherwise it looks really suspicious for this American lawyer to know kanji in this village that is in America.
There's a word of God canon that the reason there is this Japanese-inspired village in the hills of California is that this takes place in a world where the anti-Asian racism of the 1940s didn't happen, and so there was like way more cultural sharing, and so
Jesus.
there's like places in America that just have a bunch of Japanese like influence. And it's
That's
cool.
really funny.
That's really funny. That's awesome.
Wow. Beautiful.
But yeah, it's really funny just like having Phoenix try to read all of these characters scrawled on the like parchment on the walls and stuff like that. And it's like so obvious when there's one that's clearly significant and he just says, "Oh, this one's written in English."
They write all the most important document in English.
All right, is it time for a channeling?
Well, do we meet Morgan before?
We do meet Morgan.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
She's a little bit
Oh,
hostile,
Morgan.
you know?
Yeah.
She's a
She
little
is
hostile.
Truly something.
I like the way that she calls Phoenix good sir. Because I don't know how to interpret the way that she says that, but I always feel like it's so dismissive. Because it has to be, right?
Yeah.
I said that, like, something about her dialogue, if I were reading it out loud, it would draw me towards doing, like, a Southern Belle kind of accent, which makes conversation between her and Lotta really funny.
Especially because Morgan's always dunking on Lotta for being Southern.
Yeah, literally. It's so funny the way this game is trying to be like, oh, Lotta is this weird, eccentric foreigner from another country that's being really invasive. But they're constantly being like, you guys are both from the same country? This is America? Also, one thing I noticed, as I don't think they mentioned it in the first case she appears in the first game either, they never actually say where in America she's from, because she just only refers to it as the Heartland. So I've always just assumed it was Texas.
I don't know if in, like, the Japanese version, like, is Lotta supposed to be from, like...
Yeah, she's from Osaka.
That's
yeah,
right.
that makes sense, I guess. Yeah.
I wasn't sure if she was, like, from the South, you know, from the Heartland.
It'd be really funny
In
if
the
she was
Japanese
still
version as
just,
well.
like, a trashy Southerner with a deep Southern accent, but she was canonically from Osaka, Japan.
Morgan says, she's talking about like, oh yeah, I've heard a bit about you, and she says, if it wasn't for Mystic Maya's assistance, you surely would not have won your cases. And it's like, I mean, that's true. Like, that is actually true.
It is not incorrect.
Yeah.
That is true. And this is where she also reveals the truth about the Fae bloodline and the fact that Maya is like the last surviving inheritor of the Kurain channeling technique, which is what allows her to transform into other people when she does spirit channeling. It's really hard to differentiate between when they're saying something that is a legitimate established fact in the world and what is like fringe occultism. Because it does seem like by the end of this case that some of the stuff Morgan is saying is only stuff that she believes and not stuff that is, like, canonically possible. Especially considering something we find out later that happens in this case involving her daughter. But we'll get to that, I guess.
Yeah, what we know for now is that Maya is in line to inherit the Fae channeling technique, basically because her mother is missing, presumed dead, like we have no idea what happened to her, and obviously Mia is dead, so she's like the next in line, and Morgan is pissed off about this because she's like the younger sister. Well, it's implied at first that she's the younger sister, but we later find out she's the older sister of Misty, so normally she would have been the one who became the master, but because she sucks at channeling, she did not get to, and she's pissed off about it. And this is the point where everyone was like, I figured out this game.
Yeah, literally. It's a really telling motive when someone has an animation where it looks like they are going to rip your soul out with their hands.
She does. Her eyes do turn red.
Her irises disappear and she just looks at you with a fierce, fiery intent that she is going to kill you in a fraction of a second if you make the wrong move. And then she is also whining about how she's not going to inherit any of the Fae lineage or notability. She is destined to be forgotten, no matter how big her hair is.
Yeah, and she says some weird stuff about being part of the Branch family, and the Branch family don't have talent, except Maya has already told us that Pearl has some kind of like spiritual affinity.
Pearl is spiritual as fuck. She can do some shit. We'll get to it.
I feel like you can figure this one out, honestly, once you put two and two together.
There's also something that said, I don't know who says this, I think it's Morgan, who says the spirit of a person who dies in a traffic accident is usually very strong.
Yeah.
Yep.
What does that mean?
What's not clicking?
I want to know how the scale works for how powerful a spirit is. I guess it's because their death was like instantaneous and didn't involve their body like withering away to disease or something like that.
But I'm just the spiritual theorist at this point. I don't know if there's science behind it. Surely if your death is instantaneous, like that makes a less powerful spirit.
That's what you think. Because I would have thought the opposite.
Because if there's more suffering, then the more powerful the spirit would be, because they have, malevolent energy.
I'm always saying
But you've also got to account for the fact that in this particular instance, this person feels that their death was a result of someone else's.
Yeah, this person had already been
Right, but that has nothing to do with
But
it
that has
being a
nothing to do with
traffic accident.
Yeah, very good point.
Yeah, it's such weird wording. It's so deranged. They could have just been like, someone who dies from a sudden death is going to be a stronger spirit and leave it at that. But no, it's the spirit of someone who died in a traffic accident.
Because they were moving very fast when they died.
Right, okay, yeah.
Yes, so
That energy's got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
It's one of Newton's key
That's
laws
just
of
science.
physics.
Oh my god, I can't wait for the Ace Attorney combat.
Every
game
action
where you
has an
wanna,
equal and opposite
channel
reaction.
Spirits who die different ways for different buffs.
Jesus Christ. If you die falling out of a plane, you're going to have the strongest fucking spirit imaginable.
If you die in like a space rocket accident, Jesus Christ.
Getting shot out of a cannon, yeah.
Yeah.
Astronauts who've been exploded in space rockets are gonna be like, goddamn Walpurgisnacht.
It's just that one line really took me out of
It's really funny.
the like immersion. Like I was like, sure, spirits, I'm fully on board. It's that one line was like, wait.
What's the implication that you're supposed to take away from that? It's nonsense.
I think it's literally just because it's like, oh, this is Maya's first channeling. Is she going to be able to do it successfully? Well, yeah, it's easy because of that's how ghosts work.
Because car crashes
I guess if
easy.
you want to give a generous reading to this rating, is that what Morgan is setting up is that there's the potential for this to go wrong.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Lotta's here.
Lotta's here. How did you feel about Lotta returning? I think, is Lotta our first returning character except Winston Payne?
Yes.
Well, and Mia Fey. Well, no, Mia
And
doesn't show up.
Phoenix and Maya.
And
Yeah.
Phoenix and Maya.
Gumshoe?
And yeah.
And Gumshoe. No, Gumshoe's not here yet.
Gumshoe was in the first episode, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah, my bad.
I mean, I think like you can include like Gumshoe and Maya as like part of the main cast.
Yeah, true. Anyway, Lotta appears out of nowhere, and the first thing I did was make fun of her hair to get a Steam achievement.
I noticed when I
didn't
was
see
looking
that
up
one.
how long you'd been playing for that it's a rare Steam achievement.
It's a rare Steam achievement, yeah. I didn't even know it was a Steam achievement before I did that. I just thought it was funny.
I was also mean to her, but I guess I missed that one. I was like, I got all reasons to be mad at her.
What's that?
I have reason to be mad at her. She testified against us in court!
She's never done
Yeah.
anything wrong in her life.
I am mad at her, and
we
I'll
have
be mad at her later.
3 days in court, max.
And she is
I
out
used
here
one of
fucking
those.
around.
If she
Wasting
didn't
our
take that
goddamn
picture,
time.
Edgeworth would be dead. I mean, I guess he's dead
So
already.
Yeah, he's
he
already
would have been
firstly,
dead earlier.
firstly, he's already died. Second, she's about to do something within the next 10 minutes that is already gonna really piss me off, but we'll get to that. I do find it really funny that when they're having this conversation, a lot of us, like, if you're happy or upset to see her, and he's like, well, I guess we did have some good times, and I was just like, Phoenix, you literally couldn't remember her name.
What good times, also.
What
Like,
good
are you
what good
talking
times?
about?
What good times are you talking about? Are you talking about the time she yelled at you for fucking with her camera on the beach? Anyway, she's here to take pictures, I guess. Because she's into ghosts and shit.
It is never specified why she is there.
Not really, no.
Yeah, she says she's become a paranormal photographer, which we knew from the end of the last game because she took a picture with Mia in it, which was very funny. And she's like, I'm here to do a scoop.
I'm here to scoop, basically. But it doesn't make sense because in a second we're about to go talk to Morgan. And Lotta's like, oh, can I go in there to take some pictures? And Morgan's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Well, yeah, but she didn't know that. Sometimes as a journalist, you just gotta take a punt, you know?
Sometimes as a journalist, you've just got to show up and take pictures of people without their consent.
Yeah, exactly. Does she not get the scoop?
She does get the scoop.
This is the thing you've got to say about Lotta Hart. She gets the scoop.
She gets the scoop. That's her whole thing. It's like, if there's anything you can say about Lotta Hart, it's that she does get the scoop. So we go back and talk to Morgan because they're ready for the channeling, and she's like, check out this key. This key is the key for that door that leads into the channeling room. It is one of a kind. There is no other key like this key. This is one of the most important possessions in my family. And I was immediately like, okay, that means one of two things. This is either going to be like one of the most crucial pieces of evidence within the case, or you're absolutely lying out of your ass. Well, initially I thought it was that she was lying and that there was a second key. But funnily enough, even though I thought that, it didn't contradict anything that I was thinking surrounding that point, which is really funny. So, like, full on, she could have been lying and there could have been a second key. It wouldn't have changed anything about how this case progressed for me.
Incredible.
But yeah, so the channeling is happening. So Maya is in the room with Dr. Gray channeling the spirit of the nurse, and we're chilling outside having a talk. And then we hear not one, but 2 gunshots. Lotta's first response is telling Phoenix to break down the door. And I thought, hold on a minute. Just a second ago, Phoenix examined that door and it said, yeah, this door is like made of reinforced iron panels, and that lock is like one of the biggest things I've ever seen. So I was like, yeah, we're probably not going to be able to do that, so I didn't. And then it turns out you just do it anyway, because I guess you gotta.
Phoenix is not a spirit medium, but it's insanely strong.
This was Phoenix's Gumshoe taking on an entire gang of mafia people moment.
It's true.
So true. And then they go into the chamber.
R.I.P. Bozo.
R.I.P. Bozo.
Yeah.
Paint us a word picture, Devin.
Oh, God. I mean... So he's dead. And then...
I can see it
He's on
now.
the floor. You've got someone covered in blood, holding a gun, saying that they killed him. And then Lotta does something really normal and fine. And immediately takes 2 pictures of the scene.
Awesome normal thing to do.
Yeah. And then...
Turns out to be pretty useful.
Morgan, like, kicks us out.
Not
of
for a
her,
while,
saying, Yeah, not for a while. That is true. Anyway, it's kind of spooky. That's my word picture for you.
It is spooky, because like, in the moment, you're like, oh shit, Maya has killed someone while channeling their spirit, and is covered in blood, and looks really scary. And Lotta's like, oh god, is that Maya? And I was immediately like, nah, it's not, because they're showing more cleavage than usual. Nice try, video game.
Yeah.
We do know the thing about Maya when she channels someone is she gets more cleavage than usual.
Yeah.
That is true.
We're gonna find that about someone else, too. We'll talk about it later.
Jesus. Yeah.
There are many things
Yeah.
which happen in this case.
Yeah. I said this at the
Yeah.
top. I've got so many, like, thoughts going in either direction about this case.
Ace Attorney!
Ace Attorney, the video game franchise. Woo! Okay, so we leave.
We go and call the police.
And
Yeah.
turns
We go
out
get the one police officer.
it's the
that
one
exists.
police guy we know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
How
that's not true.
convenient.
Business.
Yeah,
I know
it's
that.
it's
It's Mike
Meekins.
Meekins.
Yeah.
Just him and his microphone.
I wish he showed up.
No, I wish he didn't. Gumshoe just happened to be in the area. He's a conference or something. I don't remember what his justification is. It's very funny. So Gumshoe's here.
Hey, a good buddy Gumshoe. He would never do anything wrong.
And he
Okay.
says, it went great last time I arrested Maya, so I'm gonna do it again.
What a cool guy.
Oh, God.
This was the point where I was already starting to piece things together, because I was like, Morgan is definitely guilty of something. Morgan is definitely complicit in this. And I was like, okay, why does
She has the perfect alibi.
She has the perfect alibi, yeah. But I was like, the thing that was bugging me was, why would she want to kill Dr. Gray? And the only thing I could think of was, oh, one of the people who died could have been a member of the Branch family, like in the initial 14 that were killed.
Yeah.
That doesn't turn out to be anything. But what I was right about was the dark... When you're investigating the channeling room, Phoenix makes note of a dark space behind a folding screen at the back of the room. And I was like, okay, something must have been there. And then the other thing that I was hinging on is, where the fuck did this gun come from?
Yeah.
Because they don't tell you where it is for a while. It turns out it was just on Dr. Gray, because he brought a gun to the channeling session for some reason.
Because you've got to
Yeah.
kill a ghost.
They're really get into that.
Yeah, they really didn't get into that, because he never wanted to kill a ghost.
I think they did say, like, in case I get attacked, which was a reasonable thing to
I
predict
guess.
might happen.
I suppose.
However, he
but
was
it's still
like,
very
I guess
strange.
if I get attacked, I'll just kill the spirit medium. It's fine.
Kind of a fucked up
Fuck that
action
guy.
to take. But yeah, like, I was already piecing things together in my head, so I knew that Morgan was sort of masterminding whatever was going on here, and I knew that that space behind the folding screen had something to do with it. And I was right on both of those accounts, so I was already like, okay, I'm feeling this one.
But something's missing. It's almost like there's a character that we haven't met.
Yeah, it really feels like that. There's sort of like this perfect person-shaped void in this space.
Anyway, Eeny Meeny's been napping this whole time.
Yeah.
That sesame allergy. Whew.
Come meet one of the best characters in this case, Eeny Meeny. Stupidest fucking name of an Ace Attorney character I've ever seen.
So far.
And this was where that other part revealed to me, because in the opening of the case, the person who walks out of the car crash says the name Eeny. And I was just like, oh, okay, I've got it. It's done.
Lock it in.
Lock it in. It's locked in. Eeny is the big time killer. Anyway, this character's whole personality is that she's a big ditzy head, and I love that. I think she's awesome.
My favourite quote, and it just feels like, yes, just explaining things for the toddlers playing the game. It's like, a murder is that thing where, like, one person kind of like kills another person, right? And I'm like, oh, like this is for everybody. Like everyone gets an explanation of what's going on. I love her.
Yeah.
I'm so glad because I'd been here for like a game and 2 cases now, and I just couldn't get my head around it.
Yeah, they just never
Really
defined
stumbled
what
on
murder
that,
was.
yeah. The thing that immediately made me suspicious of her, and I think this is always going to be the case for every character they put in these video games, is that she never opens her eyes. And I was immediately like, okay, she never opens her eyes, so I know she's going to have a breakdown animation where she opens her eyes. Like, Red, it's over. I know I'm going to see you in court, like, tearing your shit up and being like, oh, you thought you could outsmart me. The mastermind behind this entire... Yeah, you get it.
I like the fact that Eni is the occult student who Dr. Gray mentioned, introduced him to the concept of spirit channeling. So when we meet her, she's like, yeah, I go to university and I study like paranormal stuff. And Phoenix, whose best friend is a spirit medium, says, that's pretty out there.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Standing in the spirit medium compound.
Yeah. Just saw someone being channeled. I guess actually didn't, but, you know.
Phoenix is just like that fucking dude who's always like, you'll say a point and then he'll say the same point but make it sound like he came up with it and then make you feel like you're stupid. And I hate that. I hate that so much, Phoenix. Like, why can't other people discover spirit mediums too?
When we say there are many types of guy in this episode, one of those types of guy is Phoenix Wright.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true. Phoenix
so
Wright is
happy
definitely a
about
type of guy. The best thing about Eenie Meenie is that she does the Eto Blair face, which no character has done up to this point, and I'm so
Constantly.
glad that someone has finally done it. I don't remember what immediate information you get from conversing with Eenie. I don't think there is anything productive to gain from this conversation other than knowing that she's a character that exists.
It's clear that she's lying about something
Oh,
because
yeah.
Phoenix picks up on the fact that she's lying about something.
Yeah.
It's that she insists that she doesn't know who Dr. Gray is.
Oh, yeah, because
Yeah.
Dr. Gray is already like, oh yeah, Eenie, this person that is here, introduced me
There's a
to...
cult student.
Yeah, introduced me to this whole place.
They go so hard on Phoenix realizing that she's lying about something, and it really does feel like them being like, no, you think you figured it all out, but you haven't. We promise there's other stuff going on.
Like, sorry, buddy, you revealed your hand in the opening cinematic. Like, you gave us too much to go off. We're building our case. Also, she chews on her hat, and the way they animate her hat makes me think it's just like a big marshmallow on her head.
Delicious.
There's an animation
I don't know,
later
I
on
love
where
her
she's
outfit.
like stretching
too.
it and there are like holes appearing in it. Like it's like to tear apart.
She's really upset.
It's
I
a
really thought when she did her
physical
breakdown she was
representation.
going to destroy it, but
Yeah.
never happened.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to it. Because there's some other stuff I want to talk about how this case closes that kind of, like, left a lot on the table.
Oh no.
But first, we've got to go hang out with an alien.
She's not an alien.
She's so strange. It's so funny that... Okay, so you leave the room where you're talking to Eenie, and then this weird fucking child shows up again, says absolutely nothing, and Phoenix is like, oh, hey, little girl, how can I help you today? And then she vanishes into thin air.
Nope. No, wait, there's something very important about her. She's holding a very cool looking key.
She's holding a very cool looking key. A unique octagonal-headed key that I've never seen
With
before.
like a
in my
jade
life.
stone in
With
it.
like a jade stone in it. Looks kind of like the key that was shown to me earlier that would let one open the channeling room, but couldn't really say for sure. Anyway, she teleports away as soon as you try and show her anything or talk to her in any way.
Yeah.
Which is fair
I
enough.
felt psychic energy.
You do find out, I mean, she is literally a psychic Pokemon. You do find out that the reason that she keeps running away from you is literally just because her mom told her not to talk to weird old strangers. And I'm like, yep, good
know,
good
yeah.
advice.
So we go talk to Gumshoe again, and Gumshoe's feeling pretty sorry for himself, the fact that he's had to arrest Maya again. He's like, alright buddy, I'm gonna let you ask me a question this time, before I ask you all my questions.
He's feeling sorry for us.
It sure is.
And the situation is pretty bad because from everyone's perspective, it's like, hey, she was locked in a room with one other person and we opened the door immediately after hearing gunshots and she was there with a gun standing over the dead body of someone else.
And it's like, it's fine, like, you gotta do your job, bud.
Like, hey, yeah.
Like, I get it.
Immediately after this, he's like, oh, Pearl is upset. Hey, do you want to see my gun, little girl?
Yeah, I love that!
Oh my fucking god.
Mayhaps we don't just have to let him do his job, actually.
Here, I'll take the safety off for you.
So so insane. So insane.
We find out that Dr. Gray was stabbed and shot, and we had 2 gunshots.
Yeah, the knife is...
So that's weird.
pretty big
Really went to
surprise.
town on this guy.
Yeah, they were really mad at him. But they only mentioned that he was actually shot once, even though there were 2 gunshots heard.
Ghosts, they gotta get their aim in.
Exactly, yeah. Well, the first one's just a tester.
Yeah.
Anyway, we step outside and we talk to Lotta, and she mentions the fact that she took 2 pictures. And the entire time I was talking to her, I was just thinking to myself, Lotta, I swear to God, if you don't let me see those pictures right away, I'm going to be so fucking mad. And what does she do? She leaves!
Yep. She's like, I gotta get out of here. This is my big break.
This is how I get all of the money in the world, baby. I got these pictures of a 18-year-old girl murdering a guy with a gun.
People love buying pictures of dead bodies.
It's awesome. Another interesting thing that happens is you go talk to Morgan after this, and her suggestion is that everyone sleeps in the manor overnight while things are pieced together, which seems like a really bad move to me.
What could possibly go wrong?
Well, like, a guy died here recently.
Yeah, but they already arrested the murderer.
And everyone else in this building is also a spirit medium.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, I guess they literally just, like, pull out some mats and everyone falls asleep on the floor, because it literally does just transition into the next day, which I think is the first time that there has been a day-night cycle pass without a trial happening.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Groundbreaking.
One thing that does happen before that, like when we're still talking to Gumshoe, is that he's like, oh, one of the reasons I feel so bad is because you're fucked. Because Von Karma's...
Yeah.
Von Karma's coming back from the dead, and Phoenix is like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then he's like, no, it's his successor.
Oh, this is later on.
Yeah, this is later on. You're way ahead.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got to go see Maya in the detention center first.
But I want to draw attention to something first. I thought this case was going to be pretty heavily tutorialized. And there's some tutorial stuff coming up, but no tutorialization so far. We had a lot in the first case, but they just assume that we're fine with investigating.
Yeah, they didn't
And I'm
tutorialize investigating.
Pretty happy with that.
Huh. I'm happy with that too. I feel like this case did a good job of introducing, like, moving through scenes as a fundamental part of the gameplay loop, especially considering how long this first series of events is before you get to the first trial.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go see a new, like, kind of sad animal.
New sad animal just invented.
I don't know what it is, but her, like, sad sprite looks so badly drawn. It might just be in this version of the game, but it's, like, it reminds me of, like, some kind of, like, one of those, like, poorly drawn, like, Twitter memes.
What, Maya's?
Yeah.
I genuinely didn't notice anything wrong with it at all.
It's just really misshapen.
Maybe you've just got a better eye for that stuff than me, Hera. I thought she looked the same as always.
Yeah, she always looks like a weird, sad beast.
She's just sad. She's going through a lot right now.
She's going through a lot.
Yeah, she killed that guy.
Yeah, she killed
She
that
did
guy.
kill that
She
guy.
is
It's
so
extremely obvious.
She is so guilty.
But we're gonna take on this case.
We can do it.
Oh, absolutely. Like, she's Phoenix's best and now only friend in the world now that Edgeworth is dead.
It's true.
I made a note here that's like, Phoenix has taken on so many cases where even he is like, yeah, they probably did it.
It's really funny.
And has gotten exceptionally lucky.
Well,
Yeah.
he goes into this case when he's talking to Maya and says, you did not do it. It's very shades of that thing where he was like, there's no way that Edgeworth could have killed someone because cosmically he's not a bad person. And it's interesting because this is something that gets talked about quite a lot with Phoenix in sort of fan content and is sort of just like an accepted thing, is that Phoenix will just like believe in somebody without like needing any evidence for it. And I don't feel like that comes up much in 1, except for Edgeworth specifically in that part of the case.
It comes up with Lana as well.
I'm waiting for the day that it
Well,
bites him in the
Lana,
ass.
he has the reason that Emma is like, she would never have done this.
Right.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, it's similar with Will Powers. Like, he has no reason to believe that he didn't do it. But, you know, with Maya, like, she really believes that she did it. And he's just like, you absolutely couldn't have. And that is before we find out from Mia, who we speak to later, that, oh, well, there is this reason to believe that she didn't do it because she had a dream, which is impossible.
Yeah.
I just think it would be really good writing if we got through an entire case and then the person that we defended in court was just like, thank you for getting me the not guilty plea. I did kill that person. Here is this key piece of evidence that you overlooked. I am now free.
And then they step out onto the sidewalk and like
Hit by a car.
piano lands on them.
Justice for all.
Just a small baby. And then they become such a powerful spirit.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible.
But yeah, talking to Maya in this whole scene was kind of gut-wrenching at parts because she is so inconsolable about this entire situation and she is so desperate to not be a part of any of this and she just like needs Phoenix's help. But she even thinks that it's insane for Phoenix to actually help her because she thinks this is like already an unwinnable situation. But her saving grace that she has is actually not just Phoenix, but also Pearl. And she gives us her Magatama, which is like the little symbol necklace thingy that all of the Faes wear, and says, go give this to Pearl, and she'll show you something crazy.
It's a magical charm and it's always protected me.
Not anymore.
I've been accused of murder twice.
But she's never been charged.
Yeah, I guess so.
Could have been so much
She's
worse.
been acquitted both times. It's fine. I think that's the necklace is doing.
Maybe she should hold on to that.
Yeah. I mean, there are more.
And this is actually where I stopped playing the first time I got into this case. And then I took a week break because I was very busy. And my god, that was a mistake.
Yeah.
What was it like coming back? Were you just like completely lost?
I wasn't lost, it was just that I did not have enough time to finish this case in the time that I allotted myself.
It was a longer case than I was expecting, because to be honest, given how long it was before the first trial, I thought it was just going to be investigation, trial, done.
There were a lot of very finicky investigation steps that you take in day 2 that if I were not rushing, I may have explored better. There is someone you have to show your badge to, and I was long past doing that at that point in the case.
Yeah, I also, like, I've been so good about, like, showing people my badge whenever I talk to them. I also fell for that trap, Hera, but luckily I picked up on it pretty quick. But yeah, I think this was, like, the first case where I haven't been literally showing everyone my badge, just the first thing I do. And it just happened to be the one case where it's like, fuck, you were meant to show them your badge.
So I got back and I was like, well, maybe I was a bit too quick with my prediction. Like, you know, maybe they're just trying to do some kind of subversion here. Maybe I'll be surprised. That wasn't really the case. But we have some more investigation to do.
Yeah, so we head back to the village and we go talk to Morgan again.
Who is being completely normal.
Being so normal. I don't think this is the part where you see her being scary yet, but she is still talking about how sad and unfortunate it is that everything that's happened to Maya has happened. And it's like, she should have my delicious green tea and my fucking colossal strawberry desserts. The way she describes these things every time they come up in conversation is really funny. She refers to her tea as tea so bitter you lose your tongue, and I'm like, that's definitely not something that a kind and caring person should say. I don't want anyone to experience that. But we're not here for her. We're here for the small one instead. We need to steal magic. Morgan, I'm not here for you. I need to steal magic from your daughter.
From your, 7-year-old child.
6-year-old.
She gives it to us.
6-year-old child.
She does give it to us.
I want to go over some of the things Morgan says. She says, Pearl is different. Her spiritual strength is so great, even greater than some in the main family. Our world is so different from yours. Perhaps it is best for you to quit.
Minecraft Villager podcast.
Oh, she's very possessive over, the items in the room.
Yeah, she constantly refers to them as these, extremely valuable family treasures, which makes, when you investigate this room, seeing a little hole in the folding screen stand out just a little bit more, doesn't it?
It's so funny. I don't know if she leaves, at what point she leaves or whether she's programmed to leave as soon as you find that, but she did leave as soon as I found that hole in the screen.
Oh, I gotta get out of here.
I gotta skedaddle.
I gotta pack a bag.
Then what? We talk to Eni?
Yeah, we go talk to Eni again, and this is where you first get to, show her things as part of the investigation. And I really like that part of her dialogue is whenever you show her something, she thinks you're giving it to her to keep.
Yeah. So good.
There's a weird, hamper in this room now. Extremely
Yes.
conspicuously right in the middle of it.
Yes, I honestly didn't notice it. I didn't notice that it wasn't there the first time, because I think it's mostly entirely covered by the text boxes. But Phoenix does thankfully point out, hey, I don't remember this being here earlier, which is very convenient. But yeah, it's very obvious at this point that Eni and Morgan both are deeply involved in what happened in the channeling room, just based on, the behavior that she has and all of the stuff that Morgan has been saying about Pearl and the Branch family and stuff like that.
And you talk to her for a bit, and she's still clearly hiding something, but you can't get it out of her.
And there's a reason for that. It's because you haven't unlocked magic powers yet.
Literally true.
So let's go unlock magic powers. We leave the side room. Pearl is there. It's really funny that she still doesn't talk to you, and then you show her the Magatama, and then she makes this face that... I'm gonna say something really stupid. Hold on. So she makes this face that's like a shocked gasp, and I was honestly expecting her to just disappear again, because it gave me very similar vibes to, like, seeing Gaster in Undertale. Which is like the stupidest thing I could possibly say, because it's just like you interact with them, they change their sprite to look startled, and then they fade away, and I so expected that to happen again.
Very few people know that Ace Attorney 2 was based on Undertale.
It's true, yeah. Ace Attorney 2 was based on a dream that Toby Fox had when he was 6 years old. But you give her the Magatama, and then she starts talking to you, and it's very funny that no matter what happens, this 6-year-old child is going to be roped into a double homicide.
It's fine.
You hear a theme.
I really like Pearl's theme.
It's so good.
It's
Like
really
a
good.
remix of Maya's theme.
But like a bit lighter, a bit more bubbly, a more child-friendly theme. And she's got... The first thing I noticed about her... So I've been dunking on Pearl hard, especially in my notes, like the entire time I've been having to interact with her, because she's just like this weird, freaky-looking little kid. But thankfully, she has a lot of other custom sprites that are really, really cute. And
They're so cute.
yeah, she very, very quickly started endearing me, and she is adorable. She just starts talking to you. She basically, as soon as you are able to have her get a word out, she starts gushing to you about everything, which is great and very much like what a kid would do.
Well, she opens up to you because she realizes that you're Maya's friend. Unfortunately, she thinks that Maya and Phoenix are dating, but I feel like that's a very, like, little kid.
That's a very
like...
kid thing, yeah.
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 It would also be a kid thing to be like, oh, Phoenix, what are you, like 100 years old? What are you, like 25 years old? That's so old, I'm never going to be that old.
I feel like it's really cute just because, like, she so clearly is, like, obsessed with Maya as, like, the way that you are with, like, an older sibling or, like, an older cousin.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that's why she just, like, immediately warms up to you.
Oh, it's so sweet. She also says one of my favourite lines in the world, which is, I may be small, but I'm going to help you any way that I can. And I'm like, yes. I love this.
That's a line that
It
Devin
is
particularly
me.
can resonate with. A very high line.
I thought about saying that and I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not going to.
I say it so you don't have to. It's really funny that it's clear that Maya and Pearl have conversed about Phoenix before. So the things that we can ascertain are that Pearl knows that Phoenix is Maya's friend, but she doesn't know anything else other than that, which is really funny because she doesn't know what a lawyer is.
She calls him Mr. Nick because Maya
Mr.
calls
Nick.
him Nick, but she has to be formal about it.
Yeah, because she's a kid and it's cute.
She's so precious.
But an important thing to know about Pearl is that she's also incredibly sheltered because she has spent her entire life in the village and has never left it due to Morgan's helicopter parenting.
Yeah. God, I think about Maya and Pearls a lot, okay? So she charges the Magatama for us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It glows
That is
green.
the next thing.
And it has its own
Glows
custom
green.
music that plays when you get it.
It has
which
like
is also-
there's like spiritual
honest.
ghost music.
Yeah, it's very X-Files is the thing. And I was like, oh yeah, she's aliens for sure.
She's ghosts.
She put
She's
space energy
ghosts,
into
she's
it.
aliens. X-Files covers ghosts and aliens, so it still counts. And then we go back and talk to Gumshoe, who's hanging out in the meditation room. And this is the point, Jay, where Gumshoe says, hey kid, want to hold my gun?
Yeah, my bad.
Okay.
Because Pearl is with us now. She's hanging out to help us out.
Literally the funniest thing that Gumshoe has ever done.
Absolutely wild. I love that man.
You get flashbacks
Terrible
to
man.
quote unquote that case.
Bum bum bum.
Referring to case 5 of the first game, you get 2 images from this case, and they are case 4 of the last game.
Mhm.
You get 2 images of this case, and they are both of Edgeworth.
Staring
No other
directly
details.
at you with such intensity. And this is also where Gumshoe tells us about Von Karma, but not the Von Karma that we're thinking of, but the child of Von Karma, who became a prosecutor at age 13.
Yeah.
Germany.
It's normal in Germany.
It's normal in
They
Germany.
basically say stuff in Germany, but the actual line is, that country's got a lot of stuff. I'm like, what does that mean?
Got a lot of stuff.
Got a lot of stuff.
Yeah. People start work at the age of 10 in Germany, and that's just how it is back there in this crazy mixed up world of Ace Attorney, I guess.
They're very coy about the gender of this prodigy.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a guy, but then I remembered
But then we remembered that we've seen the banner image of this video game.
It did cause an upset, though, because I assumed based on the banner image that they would introduce characters from center to left, but they didn't.
They didn't. They lied to us.
They lied to us. So we ended up getting the character on the far left before we got the cyborg guy. Oh well. I think she's probably a cooler character anyway.
Okay. Welcome everyone to my new corner. This is the Mechanics Corner.
Yay! So happy to be here.
We are going to talk about the new mini game that the crystal unlocks. The power of the
Cyclops.
Nintendo Game Boy.
Yeah.
Revealed at last. When you talk to someone and you have the Magatama and they are lying to you, chains like wrap around the screen and a number of locks appear on the screen. This reveals how many truths you have to reveal in order to unlock the lock and get the truth in their heart or whatever.
I love this because this is unabashedly, very literally, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, a stand from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4.
I just gotta Google something dead quick.
There is a stand called The Lock, which puts a lock on your heart that is bigger the more guilt you feel.
What the fuck?
It is
love
literally
Karapika.
this.
This caught me really, really off guard because I've seen it somewhere else.
Yeah, JoJo's Bizarre
and
Adventure
I-
Part 4.
Yeah, in the
And I
Yorkshire
will
City.
say no more about that. I was
Yes.
not expecting it.
I love it though. It's great.
Now, what's important about this mechanic is you can lose health here if you make mistakes. And if you get to the lowest amount of health, I don't know how this is going to be in future cases, you get kicked out of this mini game and you have to start from the beginning. However, it does not restore the health that you lost. So if, for example, you waste all your health on the first question, you get kicked out, you then just have that health for all future questions, and you get kicked out if you get one wrong. This caused me a lot of trouble. If you complete the minigame, you get a portion of your health restored. Not all of it.
I think it's like half. I think it's about 50%.
I believe it's 50%, yeah.
It is 50%. This health carries over to the courtroom. This is now the only way you can restore health.
They heard
Yep.
you. And they said, alright, bet.
So I like this mechanic because it breaks up the investigation parts of the gameplay by basically having a cross-examination happen within the middle of having a regular conversation with someone.
Yes, this
Yeah.
is my favorite thing about it. It makes investigations court.
Yes, exactly. It is quote-unquote consequence-free in the fact that you can't lose. You just get knocked down to 1 health and then get kicked out. However, it does mean that you do have to constantly be living on a knife's edge if you like do run into some other thing that can knock your health down, or at the very least you'll be going into a court case with 50% of your max health, because like you
Which I
have
did.
you have to solve Cyclops to progress. They are like the essential story beats of the case is getting through the Cyclops. So it can, like, as far as I'm aware, there isn't anything else in the investigation section that can knock health off. No. But it's, for me, I actually ended up finding these quite useful because I would often lose health in the lose health in the court and then get that health back from the Cyclops. And that was how I ended up surviving. Even though I think I did end up losing once pretty early on in this case. I can't exactly remember when, but we'll get to it. But yeah, I like this mechanic. I do think it does need to be a bit more transparent about certain things. Like, I don't think it initially tells you that you can just back out of a Cyclops and go collect more information to
It
unlock.
does, it does.
Okay,
Pearl
it does.
looks directly at camera and is like, if you don't think you have enough information, leave. I think she is
Okay.
literally like, it will hurt you. Like,
It will
it's
hurt
very
you.
funny.
Yeah, it'll like damage your soul.
You get a warning when you get to the lowest thing before you get kicked out that's saying, if you continue, your soul will shatter.
Oh my god. I did not know that.
The lawyer is emotionally compromised. Evac, now.
Yeah, this mechanic caused me a lot of trouble. I started the second day of trial with half health because of it. I think it's a little mean that you do not get your health restored after a day in court anymore. Because I finished the first day of court with 1 health.
It is mean, but I think that the alternative would require introducing more mechanics that take away your health anyway. Because if the Cyclops' fundamental point is that it can hurt you but not kill you, because if it could kill you, that would be fucked. Let's be real. It would be fucked if that could kill you. And then it restores your health later on. That health would be for the courts, because there isn't anything else in the investigation side of things that can damage you. So having the health reset would then basically make the consequences of fucking up a Cyclops non-existent, because you'd just be restoring
I
your
think think
court
a
health in the beginning.
compromise that I would like is that if you just got your health restored after a day in court, because I spent the whole second day of investigation. You have a couple more Cyclops that you have to deal with, and I started those Cyclops with no buffer. Like if I failed, I got kicked out. That was it.
But then wouldn't it sort of make the consequences of the Cyclops non-existent if you just got the health back?
No, because you would start in court.
Oh, you would start court with the lost health.
Yeah.
But you would end court with okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm in agreement with that. That is absolutely how it should be.
But otherwise, like, yeah, I think it's a cool mechanic. I think it just is a little it just
mean.
needs a bit of tuning.
Yeah.
We'll see if that ever happens. I have my suspicions.
Yeah.
I might just end up saving before starting them in the future.
I'm gonna be honest, I did a lot of save scumming in this case.
Yeah.
After that one time where I lost like half an hour of time, I'm not taking any risks.
Exactly. Like, the thing about
That's so fair.
Ace Attorney health, like that kind of area, is that all it does is kick you back to your last save. So it's not even save scumming. It's just like, well, I'm saving like 30 minutes of playing the same thing that I already saw. Like, I've never really thought that any of that is actually interesting.
Yeah, you know what? To be honest, now
Yeah.
that you mention it, Jay, fail states in a visual novel are fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's so linear.
I just want to point out that in 1.5, when we're talking to Lana at one point, we basically go through an exact Psyche-Log sequence without the Magatama, because obviously they made that case after this thing existed. And it was so funny to me to be like, oh, wait, we're just doing this, and like she's just asking for evidence of stuff, but like they can't frame it in the way that they want to. I never
That
noticed
is
that before.
interesting.
Yeah, I don't even remember that from that case. But I also don't not remember it either.
Hmm.
There's a thing that Phoenix says where he just says, I don't have any idea how I'm going to save Maya. And I think that's a really funny thing for Phoenix to say, given that he's gone into more watertight cases with less evidence. And we've already got evidence of tampering with a bullet hole at the scene of the crime that hasn't been accounted for. And 2 suspects who are already tied directly to the killing. And he's just like, I don't know any idea what I'm going to do.
So we go to the detention center to speak to Maya. Except Maya's not there.
No, she's gone.
Maya's checked
Instead,
out.
Mia is here.
Hey,
Yep.
somebody here.
She's back.
And she gives us some truly bizarre advice.
Yeah.
What's wrong with it?
Let me see if I can pull this up.
Oh, I've got it in my notes if you
You
need
got it? Please.
A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets.
Yeah, really funny. Really funny advice.
This is what justice for all means, I think.
Yeah, justice for all means that your lawyer smiles no matter what.
Yeah.
It's just so funny. I'm imagining a case where like the client has like committed like widespread fraud or something, and like the evidence is like there, and you're just like, hey, don't worry about it. We'll get through this.
Keep on smiling, buddy.
Should Joe Dark's lawyer have smiled through the case?
Yeah.
Should Joe Dark's lawyer have smiled more?
Yeah, according to Mia.
You'd win more court cases if you smiled more, gorgeous.
Oh,
Oh god! Oh good god, that's horrific.
physical sensation in my body.
And then immediately afterwards, it's revealed that this, to be clear, Ghost is hiding a secret from us.
Yeah.
Awesome. Honestly,
Yeah.
like, really cool reveal, even though I was like, okay, it's not going to be that she's actually hiding a secret, it's just going to be that she wants us to figure it out for ourselves. But, like, they've set it up like, oh, she's hiding something from you. She knows something about it. But I was like, it's like my former boss and my best friend. Like, she's not going to be just like, oh, I was part of this. I did it.
That's true, but also, like, her sister is gonna get state executed, and she's like, oh, I have to test Phoenix on whether he can figure this out
I
for
don't
himself.
Yeah, and she's even like, it's fine if Maya gets state executed. Just don't get her defended for justifiable self-defense.
Yeah.
Go
Make
for not
sure
guilty.
to smile.
That's
Make
the
sure to
only way.
Keep on smiling. And she keeps going on about this key piece of information. There's a key that Phoenix has missed in his theorizing so far, and he needs to figure out what this key could be. And Phoenix is literally like, huh, I wonder what she could mean. What key piece of
Is it the
information
key?
could I be missing?
And she's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's the key. Turns out it's the key. And then she's just like,
Thanks,
you
Mia.
need to think about what this key could mean for the case. And then I was immediately like, oh, I've solved it. I've solved the entire case. And I literally wrote out what I thought, and it was literally exactly the entire case. And I solved it. And I was like, ah, yes.
Thanks, Mia. Great tip.
And it's great, because I was still like, I don't know, I don't think this key is one of a kind. I think there's another key. But it didn't change the fact that I was like, if there was a second key, it means someone else was able to get into the room. Like, we were told it was a one of a kind key, but Pearl had it, which means someone else was able to get into the room, which means that someone else killed Dr. Gray before the channeling. Eni hid after the commotion, and Morgan escorted her back to the room as she told us to go and call the police. During this, Maya was swapped from where Eni was hiding, which is why she remembers being buried in a dark but familiar smelling place. And that was literally exactly how it played out. And I was like, oh, yeah. And that's why I stopped for the day, because I was like, okay, I'm probably about halfway through. Actually, that is about right. I am now on page 7. No, I'm on page 8 of 15 of my notes. So that's perfect. Perfect. Let's go to court.
Wait, I want to go back just 1 second. I want to talk more about Mia being in this case.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm curious about how you feel about this, actually.
I feel like we're past the need for Mia.
I agree.
See, I got this from Rose Notes. You two should talk first.
As soon as she showed up, I literally said, be gone from this realm, spirit. You are no longer needed here.
I don't know, like, the tone shifts when Mia is there, especially when Mia's in court, where you really do lean on her whether you want to or not. And I don't like that.
I kind of just want an Ace Attorney game where you play as Mia. Because A, it means I won't have to look at her terrible character design as much. And B, it means I get to... Because I think Mia has, like, a great personality for the courtroom. Because she has, like, this no-nonsense attitude that stands in stark contrast with basically every other Ace Attorney character. Which I think is honestly kind of extremely funny in its own right, given the right situation. But, like, yeah, every time she's introduced into the narrative as, like, a recurring part of the cast, it's just like, oh, yeah, turns out Phoenix does still need to be babied a little bit to get through everything.
I don't want to be defensive about it, because I love Mia, and Mia is such an important character to me. But I really like having her in this case, because there is so much Faye family drama going on, and I really like the fact that Mia shows up and is, like, still having to deal with this shit even though she's literally dead.
Yeah.
So that would be my counter argument, but it is based on, like, bias.
Yeah, I think there's a world where Mia can be in this case and it not be a negative point for me.
It's not always a negative point whenever she's, like, involved in it.
Also, her character design, once we're in it, is so bad.
Fucking bad.
inarguable.
Oh my god. We'll get to it. We will get to it. It's happening, yeah. But for now, it's just Phoenix in there meeting the new prosecutor.
Well, no, because we have a pre-court discussion.
We've got the pre-court discussion.
Pearl and Maya.
Oh my god, I forgot. There's something that happens in the pre-court discussion. It's so crazy.
There's multiple things.
Pearl shows up
So many things.
in the pre-court discussion.
Oh, Pearl. Sweet
And
girl.
Mia and Phoenix are just like, hey, Pearl, how the fuck did you get here? You've never left the village before in your life. It took me a 2-hour train ride to get up to where you live. And she's like, I ran.
She's like, what's a train?
What's a train? I ran. Now, if I'm not mistaken, a train can go pretty fucking fast.
I hear this.
Train can go faster than cars.
Hera, how
so-
fast do you imagine, like, a standard train in Japan would take to travel, like, through the countryside?
In Japan?
Yeah.
Pretty fast.
Yeah, like 100 and something miles an hour, probably.
Yeah. Depends on the kind of train. Depends on what it was localized to.
Let's say that we'll play on the safer side and say that this was a train going like 70 to 80 miles an hour. That still means that Pearl, a 6-year-old girl, ran for over 100 miles through the countryside to get to this courthouse by following a map and by following her heart.
She channeled that spirit that got blasted out the cannon. Made it so fast.
You know what, actually, now that you mentioned that, it would be really cool if that would be like a little lore drop at the very end of the episode when they're done, like, doing a wrap up. It's just like, oh yeah, she actually just channeled the spirit of like a dead runner who's like one of the world's most successful runners, and that's how she got here so quickly. But just the idea of a 6-year-old girl running for over 100 miles just to be like, don't worry, sister,
So
I'm here
fucked
to
up.
support you in court.
Which I don't know what that is. What's going on?
I don't know what this court house is, but I'm here for you. I don't know what a trian is, but I know I got feet, and I know how to read a map, apparently.
Oh my god.
I learned 2 things in school: how to channel a spirit and orienteering.
Oh god, she can't read either, can she? Poor fucking thing.
She is 6 years
Really
old.
confused.
She should know some of the basics, I think.
She should. She doesn't.
I don't really feel that confident about Morgan's parenting skills.
So true. Morgan's one of these anti-schooler people.
This is where the other thing happened that Hera completely missed somehow.
Doesn't it? It happens later on. It happens at the end of the first day.
Yeah, this one, Maya says, I wish that Edge was here. He would be nicer to me than Mr. Von Karma, by which she means Miss Von Karma. Which is just a hilarious thing to say, because Mars Edgeworth did try to convict her for murder already. But then Phoenix says, like, don't ever say that name to me again, he's gone.
Don't ever say that name again.
To which Ro correctly interpreted, he's fucking dead.
Yeah, I literally did say, sorry, Maya, Edgeworth fucking died. Did they go to his funeral?
We have to wear in a case where someone fakes their own death, and we're talking about this so much.
Yeah, interesting. Why would Edgeworth need to fake his own death?
Weird.
Anyway,
Let's meet a new character.
let's meet a new character. This is, I don't know how to pronounce her first name. Francesca
Francisca.
Von Karma. I'm not gonna beat around the bush with this one, gang. This design is fucking sleek.
Yeah.
She looks so cool. We haven't really talked much about the designs of characters in this case, and most of them have been, like, nothing outstanding. I mean, Dr. Gray looks like a Gen 1 Pokemon trainer. Morgan has an interesting design. She has a really, really, really big hair in a bun, and wears a black robe with kanji, like, scrolled all over it, and is constantly drinking out of a cup of tea. And then we've got Francesca Von Karma, who is wearing, like, this... I don't know how to describe her outfit, because it's, like, butler-esque. She's wearing, like, the same color scheme as what Von Karma had initially, where she's got, like, the silver hair with sort of, like, a blue and black with gold accents vest that she wears, like, a puffy white shirt underneath that's, like, accented with these blue cuff thingies. These blue cufflinks.
As well, like Von Karma.
Yeah, and she has a fucking whip.
She has a fucking whip in a courtroom.
And she will use it.
And she's not afraid to use it, yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, it whips. And the very first thing she does is the judge opens his mouth and then gets violently assaulted.
This is surely contempt of court. There is no clearer definition of what that could be.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Whips in real life are very dangerous tools that can be used to hurt people badly. And Francesca Von Karma is just constantly obliterating everyone who doesn't agree with her. Which I can respect, I guess, but also, hey, ow, fucking watch it.
Don't worry about it.
She also has this character quirk that I actually find incredibly annoying, where she constantly uses the word fool and foolish in individual sentences as much as possible. I think the first thing she says when Phoenix opens his mouth is she says, "Foolish fool who foolishly dreams of foolish dreams." And I'm just like, wow, that sucks. And she does it a lot. It's a shame because
Character-wise, she is essentially another Von Karma.
yes, she is Von Karma Jr. She's got this sort of like haughty arrogance that feels more like something that would come off a younger person than it would come off Von Karma. Like Von Karma's esteem and pride in himself comes from like having this lauded historical career of never failing and being like also a conniving bastard. But with her, it seems more like it's like, you know, the kind of gifted child, holier than thou sort of arrogance.
Well, actually, hearing you say that
Where have
makes
we run into that before?
me feel like it fits in really well with what I was saying earlier and what I want to come back to, but I think this is like a good midpoint to put a pin in, is that Phoenix Wright 1 is about people who have a lot of power and who think that they're untouchable because of that. And my thesis, which I'm building, is that Phoenix Wright 2 is about people who want power and how they try and get it. And I feel like the shift from Manfred to Francisco is a pretty good piece of evidence for that, which I hadn't thought about until just now.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
What about the
Pen me as a
shift from
co-author?
Edgeworth to Francisca?
Much to think about. I'll leave
Interesting.
that one up to you.
The two prodigies of Manfred von Karma?
Yeah.
Interesting, right.
Well, Edgeworth's dead, so
Well,
we're
yeah.
not going to have to think about it too
Don't
hard.
worry about it. That's why we had to introduce Francisca.
Yeah.
So everything gets very serious in this courthouse, which I actually really like. There's a point pretty early on where you're first like having the opening conversations of this whole case, and you can tell that Phoenix is, for once, actually taking it very seriously. That doesn't stick around through the entire court proceeding, unfortunately. But I just really liked that for a moment, Phoenix was like, okay, I can't fuck around. This is Maya's life that we're talking about here. I need to, like, start taking this fully seriously. And I just really respected that, for once, Phoenix was able to, like, get the judge to shut up with nothing but a stare. Now that's character development.
Yeah.
I wonder how Phoenix's power plays into this theory that I'm building. There's something interesting to think about.
Are we going to do some Ace Attorney power scaling?
Perhaps. You'll never catch me.
You will never catch me.
Okay. Well, our first witness is here. It's Gumshoe again. He loves being a witness.
He really does.
He gives us the autopsy, which we see for the first time in this room at this moment.
This happens so much, especially in this case. It happens so much. We go into this from the top with like barely anything, and we come out of the first trial with like 18 new pieces of evidence.
The autopsy, by the way, is a single sentence.
That's all you need.
Dead.
He was shot. He was also
He got stabbed and then was shot twice. Wait, he was shot.
No, he was shot
in the
once.
head. So, what does this testimony boil down to? We're trying to figure out the sequence of events. Where were the gunshots? Where was the stabbing? Where were the victim and killer?
There's a ton of
during
back and
this?
forth because Francisco is like, you should be putting in a justified self-defense plea because, like, we do agree that, like, Dr. Gray must have attacked Maya. And Phoenix doesn't want to do that because, quote, if we plead justified self-defense, we'd basically be admitting to murder. Fucking wild thing to say.
Not how that works.
Not how words work. But, like, we spend so much time still arguing about, like, what the exact minutiae of, like, who attacked who and when and from what distance and stuff like that. That ends up being, like, basically the first part of this trial.
It's really funny that you can get like, she basically offers you the justified self-defense plea, and Phoenix saying, oh, that would be basically saying that she was the murderer. Is the implication there that if you went for a justified self-defense plea, at the end of the trial, they would kill her anyway? Is that how bad this system is?
Like, oh, it would ruin her life in the same way that it, you know,
Yeah.
Mimi's life was ruined, etc. It's kind of that thing. Like, we've had this with, like, Yana Yogi and other characters as well. But it's a weird thing because that's not really how things work for us. So we have to, like, take it on the strength of the game. And that's hard to do because we've been told that justified self-defense doesn't exist before.
There's no
It's
such
kinda
thing
weird.
as self-defense.
Especially if you're 9.
Especially if you're 9. Especially if you're 6. There were so many times in this entire case where I was like, okay, Pearl did it.
You just hate her because she has a big forehead.
I don't even hate her. By this time in the case, I was like, oh, she's cute. I like having her around. But I was just like, I was constantly thinking about the fact that spirit channelers turn into the person that they're channeling. And I was like, okay, so if it wasn't...
Hey, we need to talk about this.
If it wasn't Maya, it was Pearl.
Yeah, unfortunately, Pearl does turn into the person that she's channeling.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
Well, how? No, I want to talk about this right now.
Oh, we can't. Hera,
Let's
come
get
on.
it over and done with.
Oh my god, okay.
Because it happens really soon, right? But I want to talk about how does this work physiologically? Because I'm sure, like, Maya's build changing is weird, but it's like, it's kind of subtle. When a child changes, how does that work?
This is what I'm talking about,
Like,
because
physically.
how does no one else notice? That's the thing that's fucking me up. Because it happens in the courtroom.
Well,
And
Francisca
no
does
one
notice.
acknowledges it. Does she?
Francisca has conversations knowing that she's talking to Mia Fey, and she keeps saying, like, you're in high spirits today, which is very funny.
Ha 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 ha.
And I think that she maybe knew about this before, or, like, had done research on Korean spirit channeling, because she knew to, like, go to the... This comes up later, but she knew to go to the detention center and take a picture of Phoenix talking to Mia and be like, look, Maya's, like, form can change. And that is basically, after that, it's just accepted by the court. But it is weird that no one, like, points at Mia in Pearl's body and is like, look, it's happening right now. But Francisca does notice, for sure.
Mia addresses the courtroom multiple times during this case.
True.
It's true, but the judge acts like...
The judge isn't like, hold on, wait, I know this
The
person.
judge doesn't know shit about fuck. Like, he's
The
not paying
judge
attention.
really doesn't know shit about fuck.
Yeah. I guess he was having a bad day as well.
Why does he not?
I just want to, like, is this some kind of, like, body horror thing?
I mean, yes,
It's just
but
like
they
the
did
sound
not
of
mean it that
bones
way.
snapping.
Yeah.
It sucks. No one likes it. We don't have to. That's it. We're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Mia is here and she has Pearl's hair and it looks extremely weird.
I don't mind the head hair. It's the fucking pretzel that ruins it.
There's a bit where Phoenix says live and learn. I just want to point that out for my Sonic fans. I almost lost this case because I could not figure out this one contradiction, which is proving that Maya was far away from Turner because there's no burn marks on her robe that would have been made by the gun, which we've established would happen.
I think we're jumping to a much later point in the case.
No, this is during the gumshoe testimony.
The gumshoe testimony, there's so many different little bits that, like, we do not want to... we would not... I don't think anyone has enough notes to be able to go through it, like, bit by bit anyway.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember this now. I had the same problem as Hera, like, pretty bad.
This health does not get refilled until you solve a psych lock.
Yeah.
And I had one segment left
Yeah.
for the rest of this case.
So this was actually so bad for me that this was where I lost the case the first time, because what you're given is a floor map of the channeling room, and you get a little V for Vaughn and a little K for Karma, and yeah, you get a little V for victim and a little K for killer, and you're supposed to use the mouse to click where Maya would have been in the scene, and you've got the bullet hole in the folding screen, so you know that Maya was somewhere along that trajectory. She was not behind the folding screen, she was in front of it, but she was somewhere along that trajectory. And she wasn't within 20 inches of the victim, because otherwise there would be gunpowder burns, as something that Gumshoe previously established in his testimony. But, like, it gives you literally nothing else to go on than that, so you just know she's somewhere along this invisible line, but you don't know where. Because the fact that she's, like, crouching up against... You eventually find out she's crouching up against the folding screen, but there's nothing to tell you that that's where she would have been, because Phoenix is just like, oh, she couldn't have been close to him. And I was like, the room's like 10 meters deep. Like, she could have been anywhere along this invisible line as long as she wasn't standing right next to him.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
This is one thing about, like, a lot of the cases that I've always struggled with is, like, the translation of, like, what you're seeing in evidence and then just, like, spatially understanding the rule. It's just really hard to, like, navigate because things don't quite line up, and, like, obviously in real life there's just so much more nuance to, like, what's possible, and they can't just account for all that stuff, and I've always just really struggled to, like, visualize the crimes as they happen.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is just, like, a really grim, yet another example of that, for sure.
That, like, I think the best way they could have worked around it is just by, like, putting some splinters in Maya's robe where the bullet hole in her robe was, or something, just to indicate that it was, like, near the screen or whatever.
Yeah, definitely.
So after we go through all this shit with Gumshoe, we take a little break, and then we go back into the court, and this is where Mia shows up. But it's time for Lotta's testimony, which is really funny, because Phoenix keeps pressing Lotta, and Francisco keeps being like, weren't you also there? And he's like, yeah, okay, it did actually happen like that. That did happen.
Yeah, it's
so good.
It's very funny, yeah.
It's just like, this is how hardline Phoenix is being with, like, all of the casual witnesses that aren't the actual killer. It's just that now he knows it. It's so good.
Also, when Lotta first starts giving her testimony, Francesca whips her, and she's just like, hey, judge, I don't think she should be allowed to do that. And the judge is just like, that's fine.
He's checked out today and every day.
He's suffering elder abuse right now.
I think everyone is suffering abuse right now.
Yeah. He's getting whipped constantly through there. I don't know if we really elaborate on this, but everyone is getting whipped all the time during this.
It is a constant, yeah. And this is where something that I mentioned earlier happens, where Francesca presents a piece of evidence that was not previously provided to the court, and then Phoenix is like, hey, that's not allowed. She shouldn't be allowed to do that. Make her play fair, Judge.
He really does throw a tantrum over it, but also he is right. Like,
he's
it's
absolutely right. And then Mia turns to him and just says, Phoenix, stop being a baby. Really funny coming from the 6-year-old who is currently inhabiting the body of an adult.
Grow the fuck up, Phoenix. You're embarrassing me.
Literally what she says.
And so, yeah, we get a second picture from Lotta. And Phoenix says, look, you can clearly see in this picture that it looks nothing like Maya, which is so funny because he knows that she was channeling someone at that time. I mean, that is not actually what happens. But we eventually prove that it couldn't have been Maya because she doesn't have a bullet hole in her sleeve.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter what she looks like. We know it's not her. And so the judge is like, okay, investigation time.
There's also a point here where you show the picture and the judge is like, wait a minute, her face looks completely different. And meanwhile, there's a 6-year-old girl has just transformed into a 35-year-old woman right here in the courtroom. And he has not
Don't worry
acknowledged
about
it
him.
whatsoever. Which I also think is how it should be. That everyone should just completely ignore that that is the thing that has happened.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's it for day one in court.
No, there was also a line I wanted to bring up where Phoenix says, why is it lately that all I want to do is cry? I can't remember why he says this.
It's so good though.
Opening. Investigation. Pearl says, why was that lady being so mean to Maya? Phoenix says, all prosecutors are bastards. He says, maybe there's one prosecutor who could have had a good heart in there, really. But he's gone now. He clung to his foolish pride, and he died for it.
He also says that prosecutors are the opposite of lawyers, which is not how that works.
They often use the word lawyer in this as a shorthand for a defense lawyer. Yeah, he says no prosecutors have a good heart. Well, maybe, but he's dead. I think often about what it would be like to play this game if you hadn't played Ace 21. I'd be like, what is going on here?
So here's the thing. Prosecutors cosmically cannot be good people, and Edgeworth became too close to becoming a good person, and so he died.
Yeah, he was smitten by the gods of justice.
Smitten?
Yeah, when you're smited, smoten,
I mean, he was smitten.
He
smoten.
was definitely smitten.
Yes!
Smoten is so good.
Want to rewind to the outside of the courtroom where Maya is like, "Wow, that was you, Pearl? Who could it have been?"
I also want to point out that, like, at the end of this whole case, Maya is, like, really shocked to see Mia again, even though she sees her in the courtroom when all of this is going down.
Yeah.
It's also very funny that Maya is like, "I hope Von Karma doesn't do anything to me," and she's like the only person who doesn't get whipped.
I hope Von Karma dies.
Whoa!
But yeah, we also find out in our conversation with Pearl that she's got a double cyclock on herself. I probed
Must
a
be the
little
killer.
bit with, like, the key and stuff, but I pretty quickly was just like, I don't think I've got the information I need for whatever she's hiding, so I'm going to move on
It's
from
really
this.
cute because she doesn't want to tell us something and then is like, oh fuck, I gave him the Bagatama. I know that he can see that I'm lying.
Jeez. Aw. Oh, Mr. Nick. I really fucked up this time.
And so begins my nightmare.
How many times did you attempt this cyclock before you moved on initially?
Not many. However, keep in mind, I didn't have any health to start with.
Ah,
Oh, Jesus.
yeah. Good point.
So I got the walkway thing right away. Luckily, didn't have to retry that one. It was kind of a shot in the dark, if I'm being honest. And then they're like, "Well, what was she doing there?" I was like, I don't know. I don't know. The key?
Sinister
No?
stuff?
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Literally my exact same line of thought.
So I'm like, okay, let's go wander around a bit. We run into Eni.
I ran into someone else first, because I think we can choose where we go here. Do you want to talk about Eni
Oh, you
first?
can,
'Cause
you can talk to Morgan, right?
Yeah, you talk to Morgan, and oh my god, what is she doing?
What is she doing?
What is she doing?
Just talking to her sister. It's fine.
She's sat down at the shrine in the channeling room, and they've rendered an image of her that makes her look like the most evil person in the entire world. She literally looks like she's about to say "mwahahaha."
I mean, what does she say?
I can't remember what she says exactly.
Don't you see? Take a look around. Finally, my chance has come. I've waited for this day for so long. That's right. Prepare yourself, dear Misty.
Misty, by the way, is
Wow.
Misty, by the way, for those
Misty
who
Faye.
don't know, is Mia and Maya's mother, who we find out about during the I can't remember if it's SL7 or SL9.
DL6.
One of those. At the DL6. There we go.
SL9 was a different case. That was a good pull.
Thank you. It's the original case where she was shamed for trying to bring a channeling to a testimony and it went wrong, and then she was never heard from again, and she's either missing or dead. It's a whole story. You'd have to play the first game, which is probably why Jay keeps mentioning how weird it must be to play this game and have not played the first game.
No, that's all about the gay
Yeah.
shit, but that too, I guess.
I mean, I feel like it's pretty heavily implied even in just this game on its own, to be honest.
Yeah, but I think it's wild to come into a game. Like, in Ace 21, there's, like, a build-up. Like, yeah, you're like, oh, wow, this is wildly gay. But in this game, you come into it and you're like, oh, okay, my protagonist is a homosexual man, and they're just talking about that from the beginning of the fucking game. And his boyfriend's dead.
Yeah.
That's sad.
It is sad. But it's okay. There are other boys out there that are perfectly eligible bachelors, like Mike Meekins. He's back, baby.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's a weird twist.
Okay, and then we can go talk to Eni.
Yeah. And Phoenix says to Eni, hey, tell me about how your sister died in a car crash. No preamble.
There is
And
a
of
lot
course-
of bluntness to
Eni
Phoenix's
Meanie
conversations.
has psyche logs, and he's like, oh, so suspicious. And I'm like, if you talk to me like that, I'm not gonna fucking tell you shit. Like, what are you doing?
In his defense, Jay, he is a lawyer.
In his defense, he doesn't know how to talk to anybody.
Yeah, that's true.
So true.
But this is where Eni's sort of like ditzy persona really serves her a lot of favors here. Because she can just constantly be like, I have literally no idea what you're talking about, and also I hate you. Oh yeah, and also, the first time you walk into this room when Eni is here, you can see that she's been trying to stuff some robes into the incinerator.
Yeah.
Don't worry about him.
When you walk in, she's been standing by the incinerator, and then she runs up to you, and she says... And Phoenix is just like, why did you rush all the way over to see me? And she just says, I'm just, like, really excited to be here. She's awesome. Anyway, the robes are very suspicious because they're literally the same kind of robes that Maya wears. So you take a scrap of that. And she doesn't acknowledge that you, like, start a conversation with her and then can immediately just wander over to where she just was and take a scrap of the robe that she was trying to burn.
I also just really enjoy when, like, a piece of evidence shows up in background art that wasn't there before, and you're like, oh, I get this one. This is great. I don't have to think about anything. I don't have to remember shit.
Oh, actually, that doesn't show up until you talk to Pearl, because you have to ask Pearl where she found the key, and she tells you she found it in the incinerator.
I already
and
did
that
that.
sprite of the robe appears out of nowhere.
It does,
at that
yeah.
moment.
It literally...
It phases into existence.
Yeah. And then phases out as soon as you grab the robe.
Well, then you've taken it.
The whole thing.
So now I'm in a double Cyclops situation. It's not looking good.
One of
for
those
me.
classic double Cyclops situations that Hera is famous for.
I'm like, okay, I'm completely lost. I'm gonna go just explore everywhere. Let's check out the detention center, I guess.
So here's the difference between you and me, Hera, is where you gave up, I persisted, like a vain fool. But it did mean that I got to the point where I knew, like, as my second guess, because she was like, the first thing you do when you're querying her about the Cyclops is you're like, tell me about your sister. And then she says, oh, I don't know about that accident. And then Phoenix is like, oh, okay, so you must know about some other accident. Tell me about the other accident. And then you have nothing to go off because you don't know what other accident she was talking about. So I guessed Dr. Gray, because I was like, maybe quote unquote accident means the murder. And then I guessed Eni, because I was like, I don't know who else she has a connection to. And then that's how I found out that Eni has been hiding about the fact that she has been in an accident, which you then imminently find out about after that. But it's what led me to be like, okay, I know for certain I don't have anything about Eni being in an accident yet. So I can move on. I can safely move on from this and go find something else to do. And that's how I was able to evade that situation you ended up finding yourself in, I think.
Well, this was helpful in a way because I go see Maya and she tells me Pearl loved playing ball. She plays ball all the time out in the walkway. And I happen to investigate the urn at this point, which says I am on it and is clearly misspelled. Is it Eni that tells you about Ami?
Yeah, Amy. Yeah, so I think it is Eni who tells you about Ami. Basically, this urn that's in the walkway holds the ashes of one of the very first channeling...
The very first.
The very first Fae who could channel spirits. And
Not just the
idea...
ashes, but the spirit itself.
Yes, and the idea, or at least according to Morgan, is that as long as that spirit... Well, according to Eni and according to Morgan, is that as long as that spirit stays within that jar, the Faes can retain their spirit channeling powers. And we see this jar with the name on it completely misspelled and what looks like recently shattered.
Yeah, so I found this and I'm like, okay, I can probably start piecing this together now. I just have to find ball. And so I get back to the Fae residence and Lotta's here.
Hey.
And she's kind of upset. But I'm also kind of upset.
Yeah, she's mad at herself, and we're mad at her, and she's scared about how we're mad at her. But we've got very good reason to be mad at her.
And she's like, will you forgive me? No.
Yeah, fucking no. Like, this is the second time you've pulled this shit on me, and I didn't want to forgive you the first time.
She runs off, and this is the thing we were alluding to earlier, where you go to a new area and you run into someone and they move on. And we basically chase her to the side room where there's Ball.
We find Ball.
It's just sitting in the middle of the floor.
Definitely wasn't there before, also. It's a big ball with the steel samurai on it, which is great. Which means that I'm certain that Maya got it for Pearl, which is fun. Also, I do think it's stupid that the ball wasn't there before. I can understand the robes. I think it's stupid that the ball wasn't there before.
There's a reason for this. It's that Maya tells you that she keeps the ball in the chest.
And Lotta was hiding in the chest, yeah.
Because Lotta is hiding in the chest.
Yeah, I guess that does make sense. But you can look inside the chest before the ball shows up, and Phoenix doesn't acknowledge that there's a ball there. He just says it's full of clothes.
Yeah, I mean, it's clothes, ball, who cares?
It's basically the same thing.
So now you have the ball, you then examine the urn. Oh, wait, you notice there's a bullet hole in the chest.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. There's a bullet hole in the chest. The chest that wasn't in the side room before.
Really fun note from Ro that just says, so now we know the box can fit a grown woman in it, and it had been shot. Yeah, we do know that.
Interesting.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
So we have ball, we have urn, we can break these locks now. But she actually kind of holds on the second lock. I don't remember what the reason for that is. Oh, you have to show her Ami's profile.
Yeah, because she just says, oh, well, yeah, it's an old urn. Like, why would I be so upset about breaking it? And it's like, well, actually, it did have the spirit of the founder of the Fae clan channeling technique in it, so you are going to jail for life.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Forever. We already know how much Morgan loves the treasure.
Yeah.
My treasures.
And then they show the saddest illustration of all time, where she's piecing this jar back together with tears in her eyes.
Oh, bless her, precious.
This is how I imagine
angel.
6-year-olds looked all the time when they had to work in factories.
True.
You're so right.
And at this point, well, I'm like, wow, this is a terrible accident that's occurred. And Eni has been talking about a different accident.
Oh, no.
It's supposed to be what I need.
Oh no. Oh no.
It was not what I needed.
Very different kind of accident.
No. It's like I was looking at you, Hera, and I just saw like a chasm emerge underneath your feet. And I was like, God, I've been there
So I
before.
lose some health to Eni. And I walk outside, Lotta's here. She's like, hey, I've been looking into this Eni person, because she's suspicious as fuck.
By the way, I've stolen her clinical records.
I stole her clinical records.
It's so funny. It's just like, yeah, she's kind of
But
suspicious.
I didn't go there because I was scared.
She was right to be scared. It's a terrible
She
place.
was so fucking right to be
Yeah,
scared.
she did the right
Okay.
fucking thing.
Guys, are we ready to go and meet the best character in Phoenix Wright?
No.
Go to the
Never.
hottie clinic.
Awooga.
I'm never ready.
It's okay, so off the bat, the thing that you don't find out right away is that it's called Hottie Clinic because the person who runs it is called Dr. Hottie. It's also called Hottie Clinic because it is a plastic surgery clinic, which is already pretty gross. And then we meet the character of the day, very old geriatric man and world-class pervert.
Yeah.
Just an old guy pretending to pose as the owner of the clinic. And this is the only guy that Phoenix talks to because he thinks, well, he might as well be a professional doctor, I guess.
Well, he has stolen all of Eni's medical records because he is a pervert.
He is a massive pervert. So the only other, like, major pervert we've met before in Phoenix Wright is the director from the Steel Samurai case. And he's a creep. He directly says gross things to Maya while she is in your company. And at the very least, you are not in the company of any of the people that he is being a perv towards while he is here. But every time you mention anything about women, he is just this lecherous, grim, disturbing portrait of a man who has nothing better to do than to beat off.
The thing about this
Yeah.
guy is that the first joke is, wouldn't it be funny if there was a doctor who was a pervert? And then the second joke is, just kidding, he's actually a mentally ill man who thinks he's a doctor. And both of them are very bad.
Both of them are bad, is the thing. Like,
Yeah.
Neither of those are funny, actually.
And here's the thing, it's not even that, like, his mental illness makes him think he's a doctor. He's just gone and stolen some doctor's clothes and is lying to people. Because he straight up tells you, hey, just so you know, these aren't my clothes and I'm not the doctor. I mean, as far as I know, he might be perfectly mentally sound. He could just be a massive pervert that they let get away with this shit because this clinic is run by a bunch of fucking clowns.
And say you're really desperate to figure out how to progress this case, and you're just showing pretty much everything in your inventory except the thing that you need to show. You can show people profiles now that I've learned.
What do you mean now that you've learned? We had to do that in the first case.
You have to do it in the courtroom, but I forgot that you could do it outside of the courtroom.
Oh no, okay.
And that's what I learned when I was doing the Pearl lock. Well, you can just show him every profile and he'll just rate every woman that you know about in the case.
I only ever talked to him about Eni because I knew that he would say some gross shit otherwise. So I didn't talk to him about any of the other women in my profile. Also, if you show him a picture of either of the 2 crime scene photos that Lotz has taken, he asks if he can borrow them so he can go and jerk off to them later. What a cool character that has been introduced into this video game that I love to see. This is probably the worst guy of all time.
Do you remember after we met Salmonella, I was like, there's at least one worse character?
Yeah.
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 This is the worst guy that they've ever done. And I'm hoping it's the worst guy that they'll ever do. Oh boy.
Yeah.
There are some characters who are worse in who are bad in different ways, and so it's hard to compare.
I can say, like, I'm a little more disturbed by Salmonella purely because he is a man in a position of power with the ability to act with an authority over the women that he is saying gross shit to, whereas this guy is just like a lecherous old perv. And I've met lecherous old pervs in real life and I can kick their asses, but it disturbs me to think about what, like, real people like Salmonella are like.
But he's not a doctor. But the joke is, wouldn't it be funny if he was a doctor?
Yeah, that's the joke, but it's not that he actually is that, whereas Salmonella is literally, like, the director of that whole project.
We don't need to power scale the perverts. It's fine. They both suck.
We don't need to power scale the perverts. But it's just like, it's easier to avoid a lot of the worst things about interacting with this guy if you just talk to him as little as possible.
Yeah.
But in Salmonella's case, it was just like, oh man, you're making me think about a lot of really bad real life things that are going on. So you can just sort of like interact with this guy and get it out of the way, which is good, and then you never fucking have to see him again, thank God.
However, in order to progress this, you do have to show him your lawyer's badge.
You do have to show him your lawyer's badge.
And that is not obvious.
Yes.
Or
Yeah,
even indicated that that's something you have to do even a little bit.
Yeah.
So it took me a while.
He gives you some information about Eni at first, but it's vague and not very helpful. And he doesn't give you anything important until you show him the lawyer's badge, where he finally divulges that Eni was in a car crash and came here and got plastic surgery, and that he stole one of the pictures that she used for her driver's license. And then after that, you never have to interact with this guy again, and then he dies, which is just great.
Yeah.
By a meteor.
Hit by a meteor.
Oh no, that's gonna make him such a powerful spirit.
Yeah.
He says some interesting stuff. He says when Eni came in from the car crash, she was head to toe in bandages, and all they had to go from to reference during the reconstruction was the image from her driver's license.
Yes.
This is pretty suspicious.
What did this set off for you, Hera? Because I did not register anything suspicious about this when it first happened.
This set off the suspicion that this was, in fact, Nini.
I felt kind of stupid.
Wait, Mimey?
Mimey? I felt kind of stupid for not realizing this sooner, because I was like, it should have been obvious as soon as a plastic surgery clinic got involved, to be honest, that someone's face wasn't what their face was supposed to be. Because that's always how it works in a crime thing, if there's a plastic surgery involved. But yeah, I just didn't acknowledge it whatsoever, and then I just moved on, because I think I just wanted to be out of this building as quickly as possible.
Yeah, the game does belabor it a little bit in a way that I was like, okay, alright. Then we go back, we solve our psych lock. I don't remember what comes out of this.
We do a mind crush on Eni, and she... One thing I fucked up on is that you get given an addendum to a document that you already have in your possession, which is the document about the car crash, and it changes into a new document, but takes up the same slot in your case notes. And I didn't realize that, so I fucked up the evidence the first time. You unveil the stuff about Eni, and then when you unlock her psych lock, she says something really sinister. I can't remember what it is verbatim, but it's the thing about serving you a slice of humble pie.
Mm-hmm. she, like, she's been talking this whole time with this, like, ditzy voice that we've mentioned, and then she doesn't change her animations at all. Like, later on she does.
Yeah.
But at this moment, she still, like, looks ditzy. But she just very calmly says, "It would be very hard to catch me." And it's really fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be hard to catch her, except, nice try. I got you.
It wasn't that hard.
It wasn't that hard. I've had harder cases, come on. So then we're gonna head back for the trial, and Morgan tells Pearl to stay here to defend the home. And I was like, okay, first of all, she's 6. She's gonna need something to defend herself. And that's when Gumshoe comes in with, hey, I've got a great idea of what I can give this 6-year-old to defend herself. Back at it again.
Gumshoe.
I love that that's a recurring bit. That's so funny.
Do you think he does that to every child?
I hope so.
Maybe that's what the lunch lady did to him when he was a child.
And that's how he turned out how he is today.
I wanted to ask Jay a question, actually. Just about, like, having this as, like, a replay. I don't know if you find this with this case, but, like, going into it already knowing about Eni and Mimi, like, I find the whole case almost harder to follow in some ways because I already know a lot of stuff, so I can't remember, like, at what point specific evidence comes up. It's like, I don't know, I think with this one in particular, it's like, I find that, like, last Psyche Lock break more confusing or, like, less... I don't get this as much with other cases, but this one particularly, I don't know, it's like, I just find it, like, a little bit, like, bamboozling, I guess. So
Yeah,
I was
I
just
mean,
curious to, like, see how you found
You
it.
spend a lot of time proving, like, stuff about Eni's accident. Like, oh, you were also in a car accident with your sister, which turns out to actually not be true. But you spend so much time proving it. And obviously, if you're coming into this already knowing it's not true, it can be like, wait, like, I'm putting so much effort into this.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
Ace Attorney is
that's
an
fair.
easy game to get ahead of yourself on certain evidence, even, like, in your first playthrough. So if it's, like, yeah, again, if you know stuff, it can be easy to get ahead of yourself.
And I think with this one as well, like, because it's such a long, like, introduction case and stuff, and you already know, like, the context of what's being said, it feels like you've already been told the information, and then it's like, okay, we're on the same page about this. I did find that last Psyche Lock with Eni, like, extra confusing.
We have one last Psyche Lock to break.
Yes, the most powerful of them all. The rare triple lock.
The master of Psyche herself.
Before we break down her Psyche Lock, you talk to Mia about, I can't remember who she says this about, I think it's about Amy, and she says she was named after a Buddha of Buddhism. And I was like, are there other is this genuinely like an oopsie on my part? Are there like Buddhas in other cultures aside from Buddhism that are called Buddhas?
Is there more than one Buddha?
There are multiple Buddhas, yeah.
I think this is probably a localization issue. I found, surprisingly, the localization in this case specifically, like, sometimes was a little weird.
But then we finally get to break apart her Psyche Lock. And to be honest, even though this is presented as the big final one that has a triple lock on it, it's probably the easiest and most straightforward of the 3, because this is literally just Mia going, tell me everything you know. Tell me the exact beat-by-beat events of this case, and then you can just do that in court.
And you kind of know that you've got all the evidence at this point as well. There's no, like, double guessing. It's like, okay, well, something has to fit.
So this I appreciate because it's a good way of getting that health back immediately before jumping into court.
Maybe so. But I did lose all my health then.
Oh no.
What stumbled you?
Because first of all, it wasn't clear like who Mia was protecting. I was like, oh, is it Maya? That one seems pretty obvious. No, it's not Maya. Is it Pearl, maybe? No. It's Morgan. So that was already 2 down. I was already at...
Oh no.
I started this thing with half health. And then also, I'm looking at this now, and you can present the scrap of cloth and the key in any order.
Oh, okay.
And I did the cloth first, and I was like, why don't I don't know what else has anything to do with this. So that one took me more than one attempt also, because you have to show the key. I was like, well, that's sure. So I started the next day in court at half health.
Oh man.
And luckily, that wasn't an issue. I didn't lose any health in this
Yeah,
day in
this
court.
this entire
However-
day of trial, you kind of like steamroll it if you've been thinking the right things throughout the entire case of like who is doing what. So it's relatively easy, especially compared to the previous trial.
I think it's a fun day in court because you get Morgan testifying and Eni testifying, and they're both so clearly like, they've both like seen what contradictions you've already found, and they're like, okay, here's how we're going to cover those up. So, like, Morgan knows about the key situation and how you shouldn't be able to have that. And so she's like, oh, Maya ran away from me. And so, like, that's how the key got out of the room and stuff like that. And
They've worked on
Enid's
this.
like, I saw Maya channeling my sister, and my sister admitted to the murder. And I don't know, it's kind of fun to see them, like, they've clearly had their heads together.
Yeah, that's nice. There is one thing that happens in the lobby before we jump into the courtroom where Maya says, hey, Nick, did you know that me and Von Karma's daughter are the same age? And she's just sort of like, oh man, she's so much cooler and better than I am, even though we're the same age.
She's so cool and pretty.
She's so pretty. Yeah, she's so pretty. She's so cool. Do you think she likes me?
Yeah.
And we both have the weight of our families on our shoulders. We have so much to bond
Aw.
over.
You guys have so much to talk about. Anyway, there's also a point where Phoenix is like, hey, Pearl, I need you to turn into Mia again. And everyone in the entire room screamed, no, don't make her do that. And then he said the reason that he wanted her to do that was so that Pearl wouldn't know what was happening in the courtroom because Morgan was going to be there. And I'm like, I get it, but she's 6 years old. I'm pretty sure you can get her to not go in the courtroom. I feel like having a 6-year-old present in a courtroom for a murder trial is already pretty unorthodox.
There's a point before this, it's during the investigation, where Pearl is obviously, like, really upset, and Phoenix is just like, wow, I wish I knew something I could say to her, and then says nothing. And, like, there's a real... We talked about the perception of Phoenix earlier, but there's this perception that he's, like, so good with kids, and, like, it's just not here. Like, it's just...
It's not.
It's simply
Yeah.
not in the text.
When he asks Pearl whether he can call her by a nickname, he says it like the creepiest sentence. He's like, you're just too cute for me to call you just Pearl. And I'm like, why the fuck are you talking to a kid like that? Also, his nickname sucks. Everyone's nickname for Pearl sucks. They're just making her name longer anyway. So I'm more on the camp of, like, I hate what's going on with Mia right now, but her commentary during the case is great. There's a section at the very beginning where Von Karma's daughter is talking about how, oh, this is going to be, like, public humiliation for Phoenix. This is going to be televised everywhere, and they're going to see how you completely failed, and they'll see how brilliant I am. And then Mia's just like, yeah, let's see how that goes. Yeah, sure.
This bit's so
Yeah,
good.
sure it will, sweetie. It's so great.
Like, those two, jabbing each other is so fucking great.
It's really good.
More of that.
The Morgan testimony is pretty straightforward. She says her testimony and then she leaves.
Yeah, it's one of those
That's
ones
it.
where the
Yeah.
game just straight up tells you, you don't need to present evidence here. Just get this one over with.
I found that really interesting as well because, like, especially given, like, what we know at the end of the case is, like, Morgan, at no point in all of this, we never really see her, like, vulnerable or off guard or, like, you know, anything, you know, she obviously goes to, like, prison, but, like, we don't see that really. And when she is, she's already, like, planning her next move, and it makes her fucking scary. Like, she is a scary lady.
She is intimidating, but, like, honestly, by the end of her testimony, I didn't think that there was going to be, like, any consequence for her, because I feel like compared to everyone else we've ever put on trial, I feel like we didn't definitively link her as being directly involved in the murder in any conceivable way. Like,
Yeah, and I think
even
that's
though
what's
we
more
know she
unsettling
is.
about it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's like, I don't think there has ever been a testimony before where we just listen to it and then they go away, really.
There have been a couple, I think.
There might have been,
Yeah.
but not when it's someone who, like, we know is involved.
Not
I
when it's
guess.
someone who is the
Yeah.
killer, yeah.
Yeah. So, scary Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan is intimidating.
Scary lady.
Yeah, it's doubly so because, like what you said, Devin, we never see her like break a sweat. She only just makes her scary face.
I don't know, maybe that is foreshadowing that she comes back at some point.
Maybe, yeah.
You could say.
I'm okay. I'm writing a note. Her breakdown animation is gonna involve her hair bun coming apart and her hair going everywhere. Okay, only Jay and Devin chuckled at that, so now I'm certain it's 100% true.
You need to.
Enid's a...
Well, is she?
Or is she? Hmm.
Or is she?
Enid's a ghost?
Whoever this is has a lot of good animations. There's one where she like stretches the hat out so far that it starts to like tear.
Visual metaphors.
I really like the one where the even cooler metaphor is where she covers her face with the hat and she looks like a ghost.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like in retrospect, like I was like, oh, that's fun. But in retrospect, knowing what plays out in this case, I'm like, that's actually awesome.
Yeah.
My favorite one is when her demeanor like completely changes
And she's
she
like
stops
spinning the
talking.
hat on her finger.
Yeah,
That's really good.
That's really good.
Really good. But there's a few little things that happen. So she plays out like the scene in her head of what she was doing during the murder. And she says, like, oh, I was sleeping in the side room and then I woke up to the sound of someone coming through the door and it was my sister. And I looked at my sister and I said, oh my God. And then that's like it. And we're just supposed to like ride the case on that and nothing else. And then we proceed to poke immense holes in it, through the course of which we learn that Phoenix is apparently an only child, which I don't think was ever divulged to us before, which is either going to be a complete lie or heavily canonized. I think it's going to be knowing how video games work, I think this is going to be a complete lie, and we're going to find out that Phoenix has like a baby brother or something at some point in like 5 games time.
What do we want to say about breaking Eni down?
She says that her sister's costume looked totally normal when she saw her, even though we knew it should have been covered in blood.
Yeah.
But hey, she just thinks that's normal, man. She thinks that's just part of how it works.
Well, that's why, like,
It's dark.
breaking her down on sort of the fact that something must have happened, like she must be involved in some way, is pretty easy. But then she's like, why would I possibly want to kill Dr. Gray? If I wanted to kill him as revenge for my sister, I would have done it ages ago, which is kind of tenuous. But this is when we are like, okay, let's find out more about what your motive would be.
Because here's the thing, to me, going into this trial, the motive was the easy part.
Yeah. But look, we've got more backstory to uncover, so...
Yes, we do. And this was another instance where it was like, okay, if you get to the end of pressing her for information, Mia's just like, oh, keep pressing her. She's probably got something specific you need to say to her before she gives you the next piece of dialogue. And there are so many points where you can just choose to stop and believe her and the things that she says, even though she's been lying through her teeth the entire time. And it would be really funny if at some point Phoenix just gave up.
she just seems so trustworthy.
But more to the point of what me and Hera have been saying about how it does seem kind of to demean Phoenix's character a little bit when he keeps relying on Mia for help. You do literally get an option in this part where you're asked to... I can't remember what specifically it is to confirm. You're supposed to find a contradiction either in her testimony or in the evidence. Or you have a third option, which is just Mia, help. And I didn't know what to think of that. I thought either I did that and I was going to get scolded by Mia for relying on her too much. But you do it and she's just like, oh, sure, I'll give you a hand, Phoenix. And I'm just like, why? Yeah. And she just tells you, oh, it's in her testimony. I was like, okay, cool, I guess.
Yeah. That is where it would be.
It just seems like such a weird thing to be a part of the conversation.
It feels like that should always be an option. Like, if we're having Mia here at any given point to be our, like, actual support, instead of giving, like, cryptic clues, can we just always have the option to ask Mia to actually give us...
Can she just
like,
be the lawyer?
a less cryptic clue?
This is going to be in the Wii U re-release. It's going to have Mia mode.
Yeah, nice.
Or you can ask Mia at any time to help you out.
Why'd you say Wii U?
Just because it was the first crystal I thought of that had that weird mechanic. Because it had like, I guess the Wii maybe had it as well, the like the Ouija mode.
Oh,
Big
yeah.
brother, you're fucking up. But it's a Nintendo thing.
Oh yeah, so we're trying to place her at the scene of the crime, and we know she was there because she was hiding in that dang box. Mm-hmm. We've already established that a person can fit inside that box. We've already established that the box had a hole in it. So it was in the room when the bullet was shot. So we can safely put 2 and 2 together, and she was in that damn box.
Is this the point where we give, like, a full-on summary of what happened in that room on that night? Because then you get lots of extra new cool artwork, which is fun.
I think it is, yeah.
Lots of artwork in this case, which I deeply appreciate.
Yeah, you kind of speed through it, though. I missed some of it. Because it's like, there's a bunch of Polaroids.
Yeah, Jesus, you even see, like, Dr. Gray on the floor, like, trying to shoot her.
Yeah.
With a smile on his face, and it's so fucking creepy.
And that was just for, like, a second. I guess he was right that he would have needed the gun then.
True.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't even end up
Still
shooting...
lost.
I mean, yeah.
The reason that Mimi wanted to kill him was so that she didn't get found out, whereas if she was a spirit, maybe she wouldn't have had a motive.
Here's the thing. Here's what would have happened if Mimi didn't do anything. Mia would have tried channeling her sister's spirit. It wouldn't have worked because her sister wasn't really dead. And Dr. Gray would have been like, well, I guess you're a fraud. Bye.
Well, that didn't happen. Instead, we have a long argument about which side of the car she got out of, which is really funny for us specifically, because it all boils down to she was driving a UK car, so she got out the other side of the door.
Yeah. The only issue I had with this is I don't remember it saying anywhere that the car didn't have like a back seat, but I guess you're supposed to just interpret that from it being a sports car. But I literally know so little about cars that I didn't know a feature of sports cars was that they don't have a back seat. But yeah, it's a pretty easy wrap on the case. But here's the thing, even at this point, I genuinely thought we were going to bring Morgan back and then get her with even more decisive evidence being like, it was you set this all up because you want to be the sole inheritor of the Faye family.
No, you get a cut to her in solitary confinement.
She's hiding in a black box.
Where she's like, I'll get you damn kids next time.
And I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling kids and you goddamn lawyers.
She vows revenge in order to secure Pearl's future.
Pearl is fine,
So I guess she's with us now?
I guess. I mean, her mum's in jail.
We didn't meet anyone else native to that village.
Here's a question. What happens if Pearl and Maya both tried channeling Mia at the same time?
Well,
What would happen?
It's extremely painful for the spirit.
Mia's spirit just gets ripped in half.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So, I want to finish my point about the sequel to Ace 21.
Yes.
Mhm.
What's it called again?
Justice for All. That's not even the bit that I want to talk about, though. I want to talk about Morgan and Enid as villains, as killers, and how their motives come from a place of disempowerment, which is really interesting to me as a comparison to the power dynamics in the first game. Because Morgan is desperate to get the lead of this house that she thinks she deserves, but she doesn't have the skill for it. She doesn't have the talent for it. And Mimi, like, her whole story is about, like, constantly being put in these disempowered situations and then feeling like she's been put into a situation where the only thing she can do is kill somebody because of it. And I think that's interesting in comparison to the other characters, the previous game.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how this theory develops over the next two cases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what's like, because yeah, you're right, they're totally exploring that, but they're not even like, with these two cases that we've played, like, we've had, Richard Wellington, who is like a low-level con artist, I guess, like.
But he is also a guy that wants to be seen as like this rich high society.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even really think about the first case because that seems like such an obvious, like, parallel to the first case of the first game that they're just like redoing it basically. But you're right, like there is something there about him wanting to be seen in this more like socially powerful way than he actually is.
Yeah.
And also, like, what I was gonna go on to say is, like, they don't, like, give us, like, likable villains because of that. Like, we're not, like, what Mimi went through was, like, obviously horrific, but also, like, she's kind of disrespectful.
You end up
to the memory of her
with a
sister.
good bit of
Like,
empathy for
she
her.
ends saying, like, yeah, but then she also ends with saying, like, oh, becoming my sister has been, like, horrible, but, like, it doesn't sound like it's because it's traumatizing to live her sister's life. It's because she hates the life her sister lived. And, like, Morgan, we obviously don't feel sorry for because she's, again, awful to her niece and also to Pearl. Like, you know, she's clearly putting so much pressure on Pearl and also, like, subjecting her to this really kind of, like, you know, stifled
Sheltered
life where she doesn't know. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Life where she doesn't even know what a train is at the age of 6 or whatever.
6-year-olds love trains.
As much as they're, like, they are disempowered and they are kind of, like, people who have really lost within this system, you know, a system of inherited power or, like, you know, horrendous working conditions. It doesn't really make them, like, it doesn't make you rally behind them, which is just, like, also a really interesting choice. And I guess something that came up a lot with the first case is, like, it becomes about the one-to-one tension between Phoenix and these people and not about, like, oh, these people have been done bad by the entire, like, fucked up world that they live in. It's just, oh, these people are bad because they're bad to our friend Phoenix.
Yeah, like,
which is, like, obviously how games
what
work.
are they saying about justice in this game? It's like, well, I guess Mimi's gonna fucking die now, so that's fine.
Yeah.
C'est la vie, I guess.
Yeah. So, yeah. Interested to see how this progresses.
Yeah. It's a very compelling thing that you've put forward, Jay, that I was absolutely not thinking about whatsoever up until this point.
To give credit where it's due, I was only thinking about this because of how Hera set up for me, so...
Yeah, I think we just like weren't far enough into the game, me and Hera, to be like thinking about stuff in the grand scope like that. Because I haven't really been thinking about this game in comparison to the first game at all. This case, but now that you've said your piece, I'm gonna be thinking about it all the time in as like something thematically resonant with the first game as like a contrast. There was something else that I wanted to mention.
There's some after trial stuff that I kind of skipped past.
There's the whole thing with Eni, it was actually Meanie who got plastic surgery after the car crash because she had Eni's driving license picture, which she used as reference to rebuild her face and then live her sister's life, yada, yada, yada. And then as the case closes, as it fades to black, she says, I don't even like spirit mediums. I don't even like the occult, which I think is such an offhanded, goofy thing to say. Because I feel like the tone of this case has been a lot more, aside from the, like, really off-the-cuff, goofy, stupid shit and the weird, disturbing, pervy shit, the tone of this case, beat by beat, has been a lot more serious. And I think I've enjoyed that more. I don't know, like, something about it being just a bit more down to earth, and the fact that Phoenix seems to be taking it more seriously than usual. I think it sort of feels more in line with the way he should be acting at this point.
He is whipped into unconsciousness at the end.
Oh yeah, that does also happen, is that the 18-year-old prosecutor with a whip does straight up kill him. And then the judge says, well, he's unconscious, not guilty. And then we get to the post-trial stuff in the lobby, which is interesting.
What's interesting about it?
Yeah.
So Maya and Mia, who is currently still being channeled through Pearl, meet up and they get a little family reunion moment, and there's some art for it. And, like, I get what they were going for with the cute family reunion angle, but I'm still uncomfortable with this entire situation. It's
Totally.
strange and off-putting to me. And then you have to explain to Maya about why Morgan was involved. I think I picked the wrong thing. I think you were supposed to pick Pearl for this.
What did you say?
I can't remember. I think I picked. Oh no, I picked Amy.
Okay.
Because I was like, oh, it's about the family. It's about like her being part of the branch family or whatever. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Pearl, right? That I was supposed to pick.
If I was supposed to be Pearl, but it's fine.
What did she say when you picked Pearl?
She says, oh damn, that sucks.
Oh jeez.
I don't remember. Do you still have the...
She says, I have it open right now.
Thank you, Hera.
Phoenix is 4 years from now, a new master will be born into Curian Village. This is something we skipped over, is that because Misty has been missing for 16 years now. Once she is missing for 20 years, she'll be assumed dead,
Fair enough.
and a new master will be picked. So 4 years from now, a new master will be born into Curian Village, and that person will be you, Maya. But if you weren't there, then the main family's bloodline would disappear, and what would happen then? And Maya says, oh, my aunt. And Phoenix is like, no, Morgan sucks, she's too weak. The next person would be Pearl. And then immediately afterwards, we have the scene with Morgan, which is like, my precious pal.
My precious power ring gone forever.
I did it all for you, my darling.
The interesting thing about this is we're either going to have a third case where Maya is accused of murder in the attempt that Morgan can get her convicted guilty so that she gets executed. Or alternatively, she is going to be attempted murdered towards. And then we are going to put someone on trial for attempted murder, which we haven't done. Or the third option, she does straight up get murdered. I've got a feeling that one's not going to happen, even though she is a legal adult, and it's fine for legal adults to get murdered in a video game now. I still somehow don't think they're going to kill Maya because she is literally the heart and soul of this franchise. If Maya stopped being in these games, I don't know if I could keep going.
Oh.
Lana is good, but I need Maya to be okay.
Speaking of Maya definitely being okay, when you present that evidence and Phoenix explains about Pearl and why Morgan did it, Maya says under her breath, I thought so. And like, this just made me think like, there is definitely so much that Maya experienced growing up where like Morgan was probably like low-key just like awful as a relative who never like probably supported her, like probably sabotaged her a lot. And like in the first game, she talks a lot about like not really having family. And I know a lot of this might be just because they wrote in Pearl and Morgan in the second game and they hadn't planned that far ahead. But also like I definitely choose to believe that it's like Obviously, she gets on with Pearl and they're really close, but I don't think she had any, like, practical support from Morgan.
Well, I would go one further than that, which is that Misty has been missing for 16 years, and Maya is 18 years old. So, as far as we know, she was basically raised by Morgan. But Morgan fucking hates her.
I think Mia probably, it was just those
But how
two
much
together.
older is Mia? Only, like, 7 years older or something like that?
Like 10.
Something like that, yeah.
Either
that's
way,
true.
fucked.
Jesus.
Fucked.
It's so fucked.
Fucked.
Anyway, I love Maya and I want her to be okay
So true.
forever. And that's my stance.
Agreed.
Let it be said. Let it be known.
Let it be known that here today in podcast court, we have declared complete diplomatic immunity for the children of the Fae household.
She should have killed that guy.
She should have killed. They also have permission to kill.
Yeah, he was an asshole.
Should we rate this thing?
Wait, should we talk about the preview of the next case real quick before we forget?
I didn't watch the preview of the next case.
There's no preview, it's just there's an image.
Oh, the
of
image.
what
Yeah,
next
sure.
case is.
Okay.
Franziska von Karma is front and center
She has
of this
the
image.
whole image. There is like a corner of another person's face that you can see.
Are we just speedrunning the Edgeworth story? We're just gonna get her full emotional backstory immediately.
I'm okay with that. I like her.
I kind of want
wanna
to see her
I want to see her do more stuff.
I want to see her fall from grace a little more, just her fucking around in court like Edgeworth did
Here's the thing with Francesca is that
during Turnabout Samurai.
she is young enough where her fucking up isn't a life ruining thing for her. Whereas for Von
but
Karma,
she's a Von Karma.
yeah, I know she's a Von Karma, but she is also 18 years old.
She's gonna undergo complete ego death.
Edgeworth was a Von Karma by proxy, okay? And he did literally die apparently, but
Yeah.
but I think that Francesca can be saved. I think there is a way she can come back from this. I think she needs to chill out and leave the whip at home.
So Franziska is 6 years younger than Edgeworth, right? Maybe 7.
God, that's so
I don't know if
weird to
Edgeworth
think
is
about.
Supposedly 25.
Allegedly.
Supposed to be 25, because he's definitely for sure dead. And she went to Germany at age 13.
She qualified as a lawyer in Germany age 13, so she must have been there longer than that.
So do you think she
was.
was in Germany the entire time, or do you think they were raised
Yeah,
together
that's
at
the
any
thing,
point?
is I feel like there must have been at least some degree of overlap. Because she cares a lot about... There are multiple times in her conversations in court where she mentions being of Von Karma blood. And I feel like that either means she cares a lot about her father, she cares a lot about her lineage, or she really, really hates Miles Edgeworth.
Well, so she would have been 2
Maybe both.
when Edgeworth was adopted by Von Karma. So there kind of has to be some overlap there.
Not necessarily if she was raised entirely in Germany.
By someone else.
By someone else, yeah. I mean, Von Karma's
True,
very
possible.
rich.
There's too much Von Karma in there for
Her to
there
know-
not
yeah,
to have been some.
That's the other thing.
Yeah,
You're absolutely right.
hands-on raising.
I mean, we don't know what Von Karma's spouse was like.
and I bet we never will.
There's a bit in Case 1-4 that I can talk about now where he talks about his grandchild's dog, which means that he has another child because Franziska is not old enough to have a child.
That's a good point. How old is Von Karma? He's
Oh, he's in his 60s, I think.
Yeah. And he has an 18-year-old daughter. Dang. He pulls.
She's adopted.
That would be so funny.
He really funny. Exact same mannerisms, fashion sense, and hair. She's adopted.
It's not in the blood.
Yeah, it's just nurture.
It's not in the Fae blood. It's not in the Von Karma blood. Blood is.
That would be a good
not-
moral for this entire game, to be honest. Is you are not your whole family. You are not the entire lineage of your people does not have to rest entirely on your shoulders. Chill. You are 6 or 18 years old, depending on who you are.
Sadly, I don't believe in the Capcom team to give us that.
Yeah, they're not bold enough. They're not brave enough.
All right, let's rate this thing.
Okay, Devin, kick us off. I want Devin to go first. I like Devin's rating system the most.
I think it's triple S. Honestly, I got no complaints about this case.
You have no
Very-
complaints
that's
about
really
this
good.
case.
Okay, no, I take that back. I do have... Specifically, I've blocked out the complaints in this case. I deleted them from my brains.
I think that's a powerful way to consume media.
Yeah. Sometimes you simply have to delete
They're
them.
under a psych lock.
I'm gonna say double S, which I think is Smoking Style or something like this. I think it's a really good case in terms of we finally get more kind of world building around the spirit medium stuff, which is great. We kind of get to learn more about Maya, which makes me extremely happy.
SS is 6 skills.
6. It is 6 skills, this case. We get the Magatama, which is great. I really like this case. I don't really have much more that I can say about it.
Cool. Jay, I think your rating for this case is gonna be what I think it's gonna be. I think your rating for this case and my rating for this case, if I used your rating system, would be pretty similar.
What do you think it's gonna be?
Well, I think your rating for this case is going to be, like, you have to be of the right age to appreciate everything this case is trying to do, while it being really easy to ignore all of the weird pervy shit. So I think it has to be, like, something around, like, preteen age, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that is definitely what I was gonna say. But I think preteen is a little early to get all of the stuff that's going on. Like, I definitely think you have to be older than Maya and Franziska to get the things that are going on with, like, their family pressure. But unfortunately, at that point, you are old enough to be like, this shit sucks. This doctor sucks. So, yeah, I think, like, I don't think there is a good rating on my scale for this, because I think that you have to play it as a preteen to appreciate one half of it, and then play it as an adult, like a 20-year-old, to get the other half of it. And so it has to be like a double rating. Like, you have to hold two things in your heart
Jay,
at once.
you know what it is? You have to play it when you're 18 years old, so you can appreciate both halves. Well, you can appreciate both halves.
I think that's the worst time to play it, because you would not appreciate both halves.
Because then you can see, when you find out that Franziska and Maya are the same age, you can be like, oh, that's my age!
It's true. That is a good feeling, you know?
Specifically, what you have to do is play it as a preteen, and then play it again as an adult when your brain chemistry has been
severely altered.
You know, completely
play it when you're
fucked by
6
this
years
game.
old, so you can meet Pearl and say, oh, that's my age!
She's just like me.
She's just like me for real.
Pearl is just...
I'm gonna learn spirit magic.
Well, explain to me your rating, because I've seen it in your notes.
So my new rating system means I have to think about it more, and I think it's a lot better if I actually, like, put it down instead of do something off the cuff. So I rated this case The Kill by 30 Seconds to Mars, and I have a lot of reasons for that. So this case is good. I really enjoyed this case. It is a case that is structured really well. The narrative is super tight. It didn't leave me confused. And I was really satisfied with how quickly I was able to, like, figure out what this case was going for and then follow it through to a reasonable conclusion. And I really like the themes that it's trying to present. It is undeniably something that is made by a creep. Much like the song The Kill by 30 Seconds to Mars. A song that is good, but has that baggage with it. It's a song that I'm going to continue to enjoy, but can probably never listen to again because of those weird icky feelings it gives me. And that is exactly how I feel about Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All, Case 2, Reunion, and a Turnabout. 30 Seconds to Mars is not entirely Jared Leto, much like this case is not entirely made by the perv that did the bad things in this case that I don't like. So there are complex feelings surrounding both this and that. And as a result, this case is one that I am firmly happy to rate The Kill by 30 Seconds to Mars. I like my new rating system.
That was very well thought out.
It's great.
Thank you.
Very good.
Mine was a green, I think.
A lot of hesitation.
I had a...
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is,
you struggled with this in a way that I have struggled in previous cases that made me fucking hate them. So the fact that you're giving this a green...
The reason I struggled with this so much is because I had a really tight time limit. I finished this case like less than an hour before we started recording, and I got into court like maybe 15 minutes before that.
Wow.
So really, I want to say that I want to sleep on it. But I'm, for now, going to say it's a green. I did like this case, even though I did kind of nail it on day one. I like Franziska. She's cool.
Yeah. All of the characters are good.
I do, like, ultimately, conceptually like the Cyclock system.
Yeah.
It just caused me unimaginable pain. I can see a world where it works. I do not think this is the world that I'm living in. But, maybe this exact mechanic will color how I feel about future cases differently. But for now, I'm okay with it. If this was a skill issue, I'm fine to admit that. I managed to hold on despite all of that. And I think I like this case. I like most of the characters in it. I liked Zini a lot, / Miney.
Really stupid names.
I think Morgan was cool. I like Franziska, as already mentioned. So Yeah, I think on the whole I liked it more than I disliked it. I was dreading that it was going to be heavily tutorialized, and it was tutorialized, but it was tutorialized with an actual new mechanic, so I'm fine with that.
Hera, that was very brave.
Will I go through hell next time?
I've got a bad
Who
feeling
could say?
we're in for some stuff.
I am full of dread. When I got into the courtroom on the second day, and I mean, I suspected that my health wasn't going to refill, but when I
Yeah.
saw it, I was filled with dread. I like immediate premonition of like somewhere a couple of weeks down the line where I go full on Joker mode.
Oh, man. I don't want to meet whatever the Ace Attorney's version of the Joker is, but we're going to meet them next time we play this game because we're doing
It's Winston Payne.
It's not Winston Payne. He's not a clown man.
He's not a clown man yet.
Okay, if Winston Payne ends up being the bad guy of the next case, a case that has to involve clowns in some regard given the name.
Ro, okay, I'm gonna lower the curtain for a second. It's just us in here, okay?
Okay.
We know who it is.
It can't be the person you're thinking of. Because the animations I've seen for that character are too fluid to be in these games.
Alright,
It can't be that person! Hera!
I'm lifting the curtain. Hi,
It
welcome.
can't be that! It
What were you
can't be
talking
her!
Nothing, don't worry
It
about
can't be her! No way!
it. Who? What are you talking
Shut
about?
up! Oh, man.
There's a little preview for next week.
Me screaming in agony.
Look, I don't know that for sure, but like, come on.
Look,
Come on.
you don't know how many killer clowns are out there.
Yeah, you know what? That's a fair point.
It can't be her. No way. Come on.
Her shadow has been looming over us for
I
too
know,
long.
but it can't be this soon. The only things I've seen of her character have been in full 3D.
No.
Oh, now you're doubting yourself.
I guess we'll see.
We will see. I'm just saying, I don't think
Here's
that
a-
was
here's a
her
little
face.
bet for the next
I don't
episode.
think that was her face in the corner of the picture with Francesca. I'm just saying. That was someone else.
And that was our friend Acro.
Yeah, whoever the fuck that is. I don't know yet. They could be like the Blue Badger as far as I'm concerned.
What if it's like, okay, I'm gonna throw out some predictions now. What if it's like an international traveling circus, and if they're like based in Germany, and that's why Francisca is like so involved? It's because like that was the only place she could find solace.
Oh my
during
god,
her
because
hard
that's
days
how
of-
she
of being
learnt to
away.
use a whip because she was a circus performer.
She wasn't. Well, yeah, maybe she like had a friend who was like the lion tamer or something. And maybe that's who dies.
Oh no, that's her tragic backstory.
Yeah.
Can we just make a new podcast where we come up with our own Ace Attorney cases?
We're doing that right
That's
now.
what we're doing here.
Yeah, it's happening. It's real.
But I want that to be the whole thing.
I'm starting a new trend where I start predicting cases before I even start them now.
That's fine. That's good. We've got an image. We know it's going to be about Francesca. We know there is a circus involved. We know that there is a character called Acro, thanks to you looking stuff up you shouldn't be.
It's because I saw it and I was like, what kind of fucking name is Acro?
It's short for... It's first name Acro, surname
And then I thought about it for
Bro,
2 seconds.
Finish
Yeah.
that sentence.
Bethany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beth Acro would be good.
No, it wouldn't, bro.
Acro Beth. Acro is the first name is what's fucking me up.
Can I say something about Dr. Turner Gray, a pun that
No,
no one got
I
in
saw
their
your notes.
and then I suddenly
saw
was
your
like,
notes.
what the fuck? And I have never thought about it before, and it drove me insane that they're still getting me in the year of our Lord 2024.
I can't
Wait.
I can't believe that it can't be that, Jay. It's so bad.
You mean you can't believe that his name is Dr. Tourniquet?
That's so because people don't pronounce it anything like how you say the name Turner Gray.
It's just got a Q in the middle instead of a G.
The problem is that I'm an ignorant Brit, so I've always thought of it as tourniquet.
I've also always pronounced it as tourniquet. And I've only ever heard people pronounce it as tourniquet.
I have my own theory about his name, and
Please.
it's he turns grey.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
He does it, doesn't he? He has like a grey streak in his hair, right?
He does. He also keeps talking about the weather, so I thought it was going to be like his temperament is grey like the weather.
We didn't even mention that. This fucking guy.
This fucking guy, I'm glad he's dead.
Guy.
No one on the Wikipedia, no one on the Ace Attorney wiki has written Turnagate. I really thought that this was a thing. I'm just seeing things now. I'm in too deep.
In like 2045, we're gonna realize that the entire Faye family's name is puns, and we just didn't realize.
His name could be a reference to Grey Turner sign, a type of bruising around the torso that can predict a severe attack of acute pancreatitis.
I don't think it's that. I'm gonna be real, Ace Attorney wiki. I don't think it's
Reading
that.
into it a bit too much. Was it me, eeny, miny, and mimi, miny? Because it's like you don't know which one's which, and that's why it's like you just pick one at random.
Correct.
You don't even know about their younger brother Mo.
His name in Japanese just means to cut open. That's fucked. You can't call somebody that.
Awesome. The severer, the slicer. Hi, my name is Dr. Slicer.
Yeah, hi, I'm here to do your surgery today. My name is Dr. Cut You Up.
I'm Professor
I
Laceration.
mean, that's more in the spirit of the series.
Don't like it.
My name is Dr. I.N. Cision.
My name is Al Scalp. Alright. Do we have anything to say before we wrap up?
You're welcome.
Drive safe. I keep making that joke. I have to stop.
You can't say that after this case.
Oh no!
Oh, Jesus.
Drives.
I mean, please, drive safe.
Seriously, as a plea from us to you, drive safe. If you've learned anything today, let it be that you need to drive safe. And if you're an American, don't drive around in an English car.
Alright, bye.
Bye.